Two, one. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Awakened Pixels. My name is Thomas. I'm going to be your game master for the night, and I'm joined by my amazing players. Say hello, everybody. And
Hello.
special guest this week, we have Shay Foxy. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank you.
in this glitchy, mad adventure that it is sure to be. So, let's begin. We begin, as we always do, in the wretched lands of Phantasria known as the Blightlands. And here, the Doom Keep sits atop a massive mountain overlooking everything in this wretched area. And inside, there is a figure moving quickly through the halls, running and opening a door, slamming into the main chamber where the throne of the Vile Lord stands. And we see the dreadful Wicked Witch stooped over, panting heavily. And she comes in and she says, "My lord, we have no more time. The Maya is spreading at a terrible rate, and if we do not do something soon, we will be consumed by it, just like everybody else in these lands." The Vile Lord, who is currently sitting on his throne, does not seem concerned by this. He leans back a little bit, sips some of his drink, and he says, "Wicked Witch, fear not, I have everything under control." She does not seem pleased by this, saying, "My lord, I of course respect your judgment in all things, but this is a situation that is completely out of hand. There are worlds crossing into other worlds, creatures from places we've never witnessed before, new technology, new powers. We cannot simply sit here and wait out whatever plan you have. Do you even have a plan, my lord?" And he still remains calm, and he says, "Wicked Witch, if you do truly trust me, then you'll trust that I have everything under control. I have, let's say, I've had a revelation recently, and I think you'll be very pleased with the results it bears." And the Wicked Witch looks confused, and she says, I don't understand, my lord. Fill me in on this plan of yours." And he says, "Well, it begins with me sending my best and most powerful enforcer, Tinsel, out to do a little acquisition." We transition to the beautiful blue oceans of Phantasria, where on a large gnomish-built ship we see Rosalind the fairy and Stoobs, the adorable corgi, bobbing up and down on the waves as the various gnomish crew members go about their work. Their once airship, now turned sea ship due to a slight mishap involving some snapped cables, handling the sea very well. This is probably the first time either of you have done anything like this before. The wind is blowing, the sun is shining across the sea, and it is beautiful to behold. You can hear the sound of a sea shanty as the gnomes go about their business. And you see Arvat, the sort of blind gnome that you met previously, and his badger companion, Obo, at the helm, feeling the winds as they kind of chart a course. And Stoobs and Rosalind, as you're experiencing this, you're approached by the mayor of the town you just came from, Blusty Wusty, whose name you learn is Maya. And she says to you both, "Okay, so I really do want to try and get you this air orb, and I'm trying my best to sort of make it pop like I did last time, but it's a bit tricky. I feel like I'm making progress. We'll get there, we'll get there. Hopefully by the end of this journey, too. But that does bring me to the question of, we're going straight to the Blightlands, which is a very dangerous place because we need to find the Lightsworn heroes. My question is there a place you would like us to drop you off? Anywhere you would like to go before we enter that domain?"
Oh, we need to get to the fairy island, apparently,
Aaron, but it's hidden, so if we find it, that's good, but we should probably have a backup location in case we don't.
Are there any places that the Farron tends to usually appear?
frequent. No,
Yes.
Rosalind is able to tell you that the magic that sort of powers the enchantments of a Faerun ensure that it is always somewhere different. It never strikes in the same place
Okay.
twice, as it were.
Well, I mean, eventually it like has to go to the same place twice because it covers the whole world in and back. But you know, it's just like an expression.
Okay.
Maybe if we just like keep yelling, "Hey, Farrah, over here!" then the magic might notice. Honestly, I never really paid attention very much in magic class because it was kind of boring and I kept skipping class. So. And then I kind of skipped on all the council meetings I was supposed to go to. So, like, I kind of know how things work, sort of. But I also just kind of wanted to hang out with my friends, which was way more fun.
Understandable. I'm gonna turn to Rosalind and just go, I could maybe get some answers for this if I asked my friends. But
yeah.
it might make things go.
Whoosh.
Yes.
Well, I want to go home really bad. And I'm missing a bunch of flowers and pretty stuff, and everything here is just blue, which is nice. I like blue. But blue is a boring color because there's more colors than blue. So I think you should ask the friends.
Okay. Thomas, I would like to Google Faerun, Fairy Isle locations.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your clever for that then, and you can add your stunt as this applies to it as well. As you tap into your knowledge of the Wi-Fi to try and see if you can look up a guide to finding this elusive island.
Okay, that is 4 total. Also, do we refresh our fate points at this
Yes,
time?
if you haven't already,
Okay.
reset your fate points, get rid of any stress that you have, and such. Alright,
Okay.
I'm going to add to the instability from your sort of tapping into your
Okay. Only 2.
non-game
Only
sanctioned
2.
powers. Alright. Yes, Stoobs, you begin to hook up to the internet. There's a lovely dial-up sound for some reason. And you consult the Phantasrio wiki, 9 contributors, and you see that there's a fairly lengthy article about Faerun. It is a place the Lightsworn heroes can go and do things. With a 2, there's only so much you can get before things kind of start to cascade down around you. In terms of finding its location, you know that it can only happen under certain circumstances. That the Lightsworn's heroes effectively have to do, and that they need the ship before they can trigger in these circumstances, and that north of the gnomish lands of the Bluster Bluffs is a place where you begin doing that kind of stuff. And before you can dive into any more details about that, that is as far as your knowledge goes, because in that moment there is a sudden crack of red lightning that explodes across the sky, and you can see that it severs the sky ever so slightly, creating a small hole, which slowly heals up again. But tracing it back to the horizon, you can see that this is a Maya storm that is growing with extreme speed. The sort of red, dark lightning tendrils rapidly expanding around you, and you can see that there is clearly some very bad instability in this region, and you're unsure if it's something that was spontaneous or something that you just happened to arrive at this time. But you definitely feel that there is electricity in the air. The Maya is certainly up to something in this moment, and there's another flash of lightning that stretches across the sky.
I would just like to say that wasn't me.
I think we broke the world again.
Ah!
And Ava yells, "What is it? Is it a storm? Is it a storm? Should I sail a different way? What's going on?"
Yeah, go the other way.
And the mayor says, "Belay that order. Don't go the other way just yet." And another flash of lightning, and this time it strikes down onto the mast of your ship, and you see red energy coursing through it and igniting the sails with flame. The gnomes quickly run to get a bucket brigade to start to put out the flames, and this lightning is just shooting around all over the place. Gnomes dodging out of the way, trying to save themselves from its power. And within moments, there is a sudden pull of a vacuum force as a rift bleed opens before your eyes, and falling out of it, a very large figure slams onto the deck, and the rift bleed sews itself back together, and you're now left with just a slightly flaming ship and a new mysterious person on your deck. Shay, would you like to describe your character?
Yes, Sonari is a tall, dusky-skinned, curvy woman with black hair and side braids. She looks like she has basically been in the sun a whole lot. And she's wearing basically some like bikini armor that's made out of like black enameled metals with like gold trims and stuff, and it's like a loincloth type thing that hangs down in the front. And she has a very big axe, like a great axe. And yeah, that's what she looks like.
You can see, how tall do you think Sonari is?
Sonari is probably like 5'9".
Okay, so amongst the gnomes and the fairy and the corgi that you see on this ship that is slightly on fire at this moment, you stand up, a bit shaky, a bit groggy, trying to figure out what the hell just happened to you, and you stand extremely tall amongst all these other smaller folk around you. And some of the gnomes just look at you with awe, some of them are looking and fleeing with terror, some of them are just desperately trying to put out the fires on the mast in this moment, and you just hear, "Ah!"
We should make friends.
Intimidated.
Yeah, but that's fine because we're metal now. We're metal, so we got this. We're metal. Okay. Hi, over there.
So she gets up, like pushes herself up from the floor, and looks around confused. I forgot to say she's also got an armband like type thing on her wrist, like a big wrist cuff with a blue glowing gem in the center. And she would be looking at it immediately, like very worriedly, and then glances around, looks at the strange new people. Did I escape?
The world broke and you fell from the sky.
So I'm not in the exiled lands.
No, you're on this boat.
Where is this boat?
What's the name of the sea?
The name of the sea. I actually have that. Let me just double check what it is. Da-da-da. Sorry, one sec. The name of the sea is... Oh, guess who didn't name the sea? It's the sea.
You're in the sea of Phantasria.
Is that in the exiled lands?
No.
I don't know what the exile lands are, so I'm gonna say no.
Her eyes get really wide. I've escaped the exiled lands.
Congrats.
There's a way out. There's
So
a way out.
Sonari, you suddenly feel kind of the drips of water on your head and back as various bits of water that the gnomes are trying to put out the fires with, that they now have successfully extinguished, kind of just drips on all of you, and it is a sort of a reawakening in this new world.
Are you okay, or do you need a minute? Like, there's a lot. I don't think you're in the place that you were before. I mean, you're obviously in Phantasria now. I don't know where you came from. The Exiled Lands are like what larger franchise that's part of, just in general. So, maybe take a minute, but we're here if you have questions.
The ghost wall didn't kill me. It was down. I have to get Sonari here. Somehow, I have to get Sonari here. Are you Black Hand? Your ship, is this a Black Hand ship?
No, this is a gnome ship.
Of Blusty Wusty?
A blusty wusty.
Let's hear a collective groan from all the gnomes as they name. They're very sillily named.
You're not followers of Yog, are you?
No. What's a
No.
yarg? Is it like a pirate?
They're
That's
cannibals.
cool.
Oh.
Oh, that's not a pirate at all.
Mm-mm.
The Black Hand are the pirates.
Oh, no,
No.
we're not pirates. I think being a pirate could be fun though.
You hear one of the gnomes go up next to you, Rosalind, and say, there's no reason for you to know this, but we're a little bit nervous about pirates because they were kind of hounding us before the Lightsworn heroes got to them. So if we could keep the pirate talk down a little bit, I think it'll make everybody feel safer.
Oh, okay. We actually don't want to be that because they're bad and we're anti-pirates.
It's okay. It's not like just by saying it you'll summon some pirates or anything, but just to be careful. And then you hear a boom.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And your ship explodes with splinters as you are slammed with a cannonball. And suddenly, all hands on deck look to the horizon and see that there is a large, dreadful ship bearing the crest of the forces of chaos upon its sails, sailing directly towards you with cannons pointed up. And it's made of metal, and it looks very fierce, and it's making a beeline to the rest of you. And the gnomes just go, "Mayday! Mayday! Ah!" and just start running around.
Pirate fight!
Why
Holds up
does this
axe.
always happen?
Take me closer. I want to hit them with my axe.
Uh,
Um,
I don't.
Ava at the helm is just like, are we going closer or are we going the other way? What's the verdict? What's happening? All I hear is a lot of screaming.
Wait. This could be good. I turned the mayor and went, okay, so when you gave the Lightsworn heroes the orb, they had to defeat pirates, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. We're gonna do this, apparently.
Okay, so to battle stations, gnomes. Uncase the weapons we created. Come on, chop, let's go. And suddenly the gnomes. The gnomes start scurrying about on the deck. They start pulling and cranking levers and start pulling up pieces of cargo from below. And the boxes just unfold on the deck. And you see there are these big sort of like technological contraptions that they've created. And you hear the gnomes kind of like setting them up and just talking about them. They've got things like they've got harpoon launchers, javelin launchers. One of them has a flak cannon that they're just kind of like doing the last sort of repairs on at this moment. And your ship is now sailing directly towards the chaos ship that is coming towards you. And you, the three of you, can see at your sort of heightened awakenedness that you all have. You see there are vague red rings that are appearing on the ocean in front of you. And then seconds later you hear and a cannonball splashes directly where those red rings were.
Oh,
Huh.
we need to avoid that.
And Avat yells, "Avoid what? What are we doing? Can you help me out here?"
We will tell you where to navigate, and I will start
And the mayor
calling
just
out
yells out,
movements.
"Everybody to your stations! Pick a job and do it! Go!" All right, so Rosalind, what are you doing as you are closing in on this enemy ship?
Okay. How far away is the ship?
About 7,000 pixels.
Whoa, that's a lot of pixels! I think that I want to see what do we have cannons on our ship?
You do have cannons, but you have various gnomish contraptions that look like they can do a lot of damage.
Okay,
The
that's-
flat cannon was probably the most scary looking one.
I want to see what that is. 'Cause
Okay.
It seems cool.
There's a gnome with like a big spanner, like just doing some last minute adjustments to it, and they kind of look at you and they say, "Do you know how to use one of these?"
Nope.
All right, on you get then. And they say, "This is originally meant to be used against airborne foes, but I guess we're going to have to adapt rapidly to this since we are no longer an airship. Right, there's your crosshairs. Here's the button that makes it shoot. We're going to try and make sure it doesn't melt. Good luck."
So we click that
You fire a bunch of these shells out towards the ocean, and just boom, 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 they explode midair.
This is the coolest thing ever!
What are you doing, Stoobs?
I'm going to turn to Sonari and just, how cannon-proof are you?
What's a cannon?
Okay. You're gonna be on the boarding party. I'm gonna navigate. I'm gonna start like calling out navigation for
Arvat.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll careful to see how well you can help navigate from these cannon blasts that are coming your way from the other ship.
Let's see.
Okay.
That is a
I will roll for the sort of aim of the other ship, and we'll see how that goes. Boom, boom, boom! It's a 1!
Oh!
So there are a couple of glancing blows against your ship, but for the most part, you managed to help Arvat navigate just well enough to avoid any major damage to the hull. Sonari, what are you doing?
She hops up on the edge of the the edge of the ship
Uh-huh.
and just like holds onto a rope and is like ready with the axe.
Yes! I love it. Awesome. Okay, the gap is rapidly closing as both ships are sailing at full speed toward each other. And at this point, your enemy eschews cannons, but Rosalind, you can see that you are in range with your flat cannon.
Nice. I am going to try to enchant it with my magic to make it even more exploded, but like
Ooh.
flower explosions. So I'm
Oh,
gonna take one
yes.
of the flowers off of my headband, and I'm going to use that to like imbue magic of my guarded magic into this bomby thing.
Love it. Go ahead and roll to create an advantage using, I don't know, flashy or even careful would work.
Oh, I don't know what careful is. Flashy
Okay.
sounds great.
Great. Sounds good.
Last time I
Oh,
rolled careful, I got a
5.
-4.
Okay, so your magic infuses the flat cannon so strongly that basically 7 more barrels just spontaneously appear on the side of it, and you enter this kind of rapid fire state, and the gnomes who are kind of like feeding in ammo suddenly like leap backwards as it just takes the ammo right in. You now get 2 free invocations, and we'll just call this let's just call it like fairy magic.
Fairy boom? I don't know.
Fairy boom. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is a very Rosalind name.
Would you like to fire the cannon, Rosalind?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll forceful.
Okay. No, I'm gonna reroll. I'm gonna use.
You're gonna use fairy boom.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds very appropriate.
And let's try that again. 4. Much
Hey.
better.
Okay.
Yay.
You unleash a deadly salvo out of this souped-up flat cannon that you now have, and the rest of you look over just to see Rosalind just screaming with pleasure as she is just standing up, like firing this cannon, and it is just a sound of and just boom, 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 boom. And you can see that you punch various holes into the hull of the enemy ship. You can see one of their front masts cracks and just falls off immediately. They clearly were not expecting such powerful retaliation. But at this point, the ships, bam, ram into each other, and ropes and javelins and grappling hooks are fired from all sides. And Sonari, you are the first. You are on the front lines. What would you like to do?
She's gonna take her axe and just cut the rope and go swinging across,
Yes!
skyhook style.
Launch into the sky,
Yes!
and then
Oh
you
my
release the
God.
rope and slam down. You can see there are various sort of hooded figures wielding wicked blades on this boat. Go ahead and roll. That is a very flashy move, I think. So go ahead and roll flashy to see what kind of damage you can do.
Okay. 4.
4. You slam onto the deck with such force that it caves in sort of the metal deck and sends out a shockwave that just jettisons a good 6 of these sailors into the ocean before they even get a chance to do anything. You just hear, wah! And you can see that the ship you're on, there are a few fires here and there thanks to Rosalind's firing, and you are quickly followed by gnomes who just go, "She's incredible! Charge!" And they charge into battle. Stoobs, what are you doing?
Ooh. There's only ropes and stuff to get over there, correct?
There is a conceivably infinite amount of ropes for anything you would like to do.
Okay, well, I'm just wondering, how well could Quirky navigate ropes?
Maybe you can like
going to
clamp onto them with your like mouth and just like hold on.
just swing. Okay, yeah, I'll try to swing across or get across somehow.
Okay.
Using the ropes.
All
This
right.
is gonna be bad. I can tell already.
This sounds not careful. What is this? Maybe flashy. This might be a flashy move.
Oh god. Okay. That is a -2.
No!
You grab onto one of the ropes.
I'm gonna reroll.
Using invoking what? How are you gonna do that?
I am going to say. I'm gonna say fairy boom. Like somehow one of the explosions kind of knocked over some wood, so like even if I fall, I won't go straight.
Just the power of the blast, like just catapulting you forward.
Sure. Yeah, we'll say that.
Great.
All right, we're gonna try this again. That's a -1.
So Stoobs, you grab at a rope desperately with your non-posable thumbs, kind of with the rope clamped in your jaw, and you sort of tug at the knot, and it takes a while to really get it loose, and then suddenly, zhoop, you are launched into the sky, and you are just holding on for dear life as your entire face is just rippling the skin, and you're just launched off. You are just rotating through the air, completely disoriented, and you start to fall in an arc, and you unfortunately slam right on the edge of the enemy ship and slowly start sliding down the edge. And you take 2 points of stress.
Oh,
Sorry,
boy.
one point of stress.
Okay.
Rosalind, currently your allies have leapt onto the enemy ship, but also some enemies have leapt onto your ship as well, which means it's a bit danger close for your flat cannon. Not that you have to stop using it, just saying it's a bit danger close. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm kind of worried about Stoops. Not gonna look.
You just hear through the din of battle just
Wilhelm's scream. Just
Oh, let's see what.
You can see from this distance, you can see her health just go.
I don't know how well they can swim or if they're coded to if they're immediately gonna just like sink, which scares me like a lot. So I think I'm going to try to take another flower. I'm probably running out of flowers at this point, which is sad. And I'm gonna try to just kind of like craft like a little vine floaty to throw.
Oh,
at
nice, yeah.
Stoops
Okay,
so
so
I don't immediately drown.
sounds like you're creating an advantage for Stoobs. So go ahead, roll that. This sounds careful. Sorry.
No, doesn't it sound flashy? It's just a flower. It's so pretty and bright.
I know, but you're definitely trying to prevent a death here rather than try to show off, I think.
Okay, dang. I literally rolled a -4 before with this. It scares me.
And Fairy Boom is still on the field. It just costs a fate point to use now. Whoa. That's a -3.
Oh,
I
man.
really can't do careful.
Guys.
Would you like to invoke an aspect to re-roll that?
Yeah, I guess I will.
Okay. What are you invoking? How are you snatching victory from the jaws of defeat in this moment?
So we have Elven Blade or Fairy Boom.
Or any of your character aspects as well.
Or any of my character aspects. Yeah, I guess I'll just use Recklessly Joyful because I like flowers a lot and it's fun and it's pretty.
Okay.
And I got excited looking at them. So my first one turns out bad and I'm like, I'm gonna make another one because flowers are fun.
The power of your optimism in this very scary moment shines through. All right, go ahead and re-roll your careful.
Oh, yay! And
Oh no. So you try desperately to like throw a vine to create some kind of floaty or some kind of aid for Stoobs. And not only do you not do that, but you learn of a new mechanic in this game called Attacks of Opportunity, which suddenly get invoked upon you about 3 times as several Chaos Buccaneers slash their swords at you, and you take 2 stress.
Oh boy.
And you hear them just go, Yar!
wonderful.
Meanwhile, in the area of the fight where success is being seen instead of just comedic failure, Sonari, what are you doing on the enemy ship at this moment? You can see there's still a bunch of sailors around fighting you, and they do not seem to be that concerned about their ship that is just in flames around them.
Do I notice Stoobs hit the wall?
It was everybody noticed it.
Everyone just stops
everyone
for a good
turns,
second
yeah.
to just watch.
She turns around, like after giving them a menacing look, she goes like backs up to the wall and then turns around and out of nowhere, just like places a floor tile under Stoobs.
Yes, awesome. So you're using your building skills.
Yes.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll either careful or clever for this.
I will roll clever because I feel like that's smart.
Sounds good.
7!
Oh my god.
With unprecedented speed, this mighty barbarian woman just like runs over to where Stoobs is and just boop, and materializes out of nowhere this kind of floor tile that just defies gravity, now just adhered to the side of the ship. And Stoobs, your little legs just kind of go as they just land on it, and you are now safe from falling into the ocean.
And it's like this cobbled together sandstone that looks like it should just fall apart, but it doesn't. So
somehow it just, through some sort of magic, it remains solid. Excellent. All right. While that happens, though, you are going to have some buccaneers charge at you. So tell me how you're defending themselves as they make an attack of 0 against you.
Flashy, because her general, like, I'm looking angry and snarling at you. Plus she's wearing bikini armor.
Yes, love it.
She gets a +2 because of her bikini armor.
Yes. Okay. Yep, with a 1, you easily defend yourself while doing all these other things, and you manage to just kind of smash another one of these buccaneers into the ocean. And that's a point where you can hear that there's a big stomping coming from below decks of the enemy ship, and then the door to the cabin flies open, and you can see this big hulking figure desperately struggles to get out of this door that is clearly too small for them. You see what looks like a very large man, completely decked out in very, very heavy armor. Big old bucket helmet, lots of spikes on the pauldrons, and a massive hammer that he pulls out of nowhere. And you can see that these letterboxes fall from the sky and lower down onto your world, entering some kind of cinematic mode, and it zooms in on this large man, and you can hear echoing inside his helmet, he says, "All right, I'm here to pick up the fairy and the dog. What are we doing wasting time here? I've been sent by the Vile Lord himself, so I guess I can take some time to have some fun along the way." And he stomps a couple of steps and just golf swings one of the gnomes into the sky, who just disappears into a twinkle. And you see that this character is introduced to you, and it says, "Tinsel, the enforcer of chaos." All right, so who wants to do something first? It's up for grabs.
I'm gonna shoot him.
So you notice this. You're still kind of being harangued by the buccaneers, but you just leap back onto the flat cannon again. Go ahead and roll another flashy or forceful. This is forceful, actually. Go forceful.
It's a 3. That's not bad.
All right, he is going to defend with his mighty armor. Let's see what he does. He gets a 3. So you fire a bunch of these flak shells at this person, and just the flak starts exploding all around him. And surely there is nothing that could have survived that, except you see just a big metallic foot stomp out of the smoke and stomp again. And he just kind of like goes king, 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 just knocks some shrapnel out of his helmet, and he says, "Ha! You'll have to do better than that." Who else?
A follower of Yogg, the Vile Lord. She raises her axe and goes rushing at him.
Oh. He looks very confused as you charge. How are you attacking him? Just a forceful attack?
Yeah, that sounds forceful.
Sounds good. He will forcefully defend. He gets a 4. Would you like to use an aspect at all?
I'm gonna use Bronin's axe.
Bronin's axe! Excellent!
Wait.
All right, so spend a fate point, and that means I
Yep.
get 1. And
Oh,
you
no.
can add 2. Would you like to add 2 or reroll?
Add 2.
Excellent. So you successfully, even though he survived a hail of fire from a flat cannon, your mighty otherworldly axe is strong enough to cleave into this man's armor, and you just hear a ding, like you hit a massive bell, and he goes, "God, that's a nice axe. Yeah, want to give it to me?" All right. And Stews, you're currently on a platform far from the action. What are you doing right now?
You know, I might just take a minute to consider life in the universe. However, I would like to see if there's a way that I can get up this freaking.
Yeah, you can see that there are like several large rivets that a person with fingers and thumbs could potentially use to claw up, but as a dog, it looks a bit tricky from your current position.
Okay. Let me just look at this
Sure.
for a second.
While you are looking
Okay.
around, I will say that you do notice that the Maya storm that was on the horizon earlier is far closer than it was earlier. Red streaks of lightning and very dark clouds rapidly converging on your location.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a quick wiki reference. I'm gonna see what Tinsel's weaknesses are.
Oh, excellent! Yes, go for it. Roll clever, add your stunt, and I will add to the instability of the area.
So that's 4 total.
4. Okay. Instability only increases by 1. Not bad.
Okay.
All right. Like for a second, you see like a whale who's underwater suddenly just kind of pops above the water, then just pops back under again, as the glitchiness of this world increases. With a 2, you look at Tinsel's character page on the Phantasia wiki, and you can see that his weakness is magic. He is very strong against physical attacks, but magic is his big weakness.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go out. He's very weak to magic, but very resistant to regular physical attacks. You
Who
gotta
said
go for
that?
the magic.
Who's yelling my
Hi,
weaknesses?
Tinsel. How you doing, buddy?
I don't know, who's making these noises? Anyway, we're in the middle of a fight here, and he swings at you, Sonari, with a mighty swing of his axe, and he is also going to invoke one of his hidden aspects to immediately add a +2 to whatever. Well, I guess I should actually roll before I tell you what it does. Oops, I did that wrong. Bam! So yeah, he's going to invoke his mighty hammer to get a total of 6. So how are you defending yourself in this moment, Sonari?
She does a sexy backflip out of the way. So I'll do
Amazing.
Flash G again.
Yes.
And that's
6.
+2.
Incredible. So as you I think that's max roll, very good. Basically you do this amazing backflip and simultaneously the world slows down and just a streak of lightning from the storm behind like goes behind you and backlights you, and also the whale decides to leap out of the water and just spray in the background, and it is the most awe-inspiring, incredible thing anybody here has ever seen as you just do the flip and then gracefully land back down onto the deck again. And you can see that even through the armor, Tinsel has a little kind of pink blushies on his big helmet. At that time, there is a sudden crack of thunder, and everybody at this point is quite aware of the sort of Maya storm nearby. But you hear the sound of one of the gnomes yelling furiously back on your ship again, yelling, "The dread ship! It's the dread ship! It's back! How is it back?" And this panic suddenly spreads through the other gnomes as well, because this is this has been something that has harassed them for a long time. And you look over to see where they're looking, and there is a third ship right now emerging from this dark smoke, and it is coming towards the lot of you. And you can see that it has also got some sort of Maya energy coursing through it, these streaks of red lightning. And it looks straight up like an undead ghost ship coming straight for the lot of you. And even the forces of chaos that you are fighting currently kind of drops their weapons in fear and go, the dread ship! No! No! I thought the Lightsworn heroes got rid of it! How is this possible? How is this possible? And Tinsel's like, "What's wrong with you cowards? You've never seen another ship before? We can easily take care of it." Yeah. Kind of just like, yeah, these people, right? But suddenly, from the front of the ship, of the dread ship, you see there is a strange lurch that happens on the ocean in front of it, and then another one, and then another one, and it is slowly generating a massive wave before it.
Oh.
And the gnomes all yell out and go, "It never did that before! I don't understand! How did it come back? I thought the Lightsworn heroes!" And then there's sudden darkness as you are placed in shadow of this massive wave, and It slams onto your ship, and you are all thrown into the ocean, swirling around in the currents. Bits of metal and splintered wood coursing throughout you. You get completely disoriented, and the world gets darker and darker and darker. And the only thing you can hear in this moment is a sound in your heads, a sound that goes. And you feel a bubble go out of your chest. And then there is darkness.
Oh no.
Sonari, you awaken, face full of sand. You are washed up on a shore. It has been some time because it is now nighttime. You quickly look around. You feel gentle waves lapping on you. You see that it's raining slightly. There is still a storm above you. A lot of driftwood everywhere. And you kind of find yourself washed up on this beach, and you're not entirely sure where you are. What do you do?
Gets up and looks around, and if there's no one visible, there's no one visible.
You get a quick cursory look. Why don't you go ahead and roll? What is this? You're just looking around, so careful would work.
Okay. 4.
Okay, 4. You quickly identify sort of the silhouettes of some people, and you can see that Stoobs is sort of lying over, seems to be unconscious at the moment, in a barrel. And Rosalind has been washed up into a tree, and she's kind of hanging at it from her legs upside down. Those are the only people you see at the moment.
Okay. She picks up a couple of pieces of driftwood, which promptly disappear.
Yep, they
into
pop
her,
into your inventory.
into her inventory, and step towards the others to check on them.
Mm-hmm.
Goes over to dog, takes axe, poke,
Stoobs,
poke.
you eventually awaken feeling a poke in your side, and you cough up a bunch of water.
Oh, that's nasty.
Small beastie, small beastie, you alive?
This is living? I want a refund. Isn't that good? Where are we? Oh. What time is it?
It looks like we could be back in the exiled lands. I'm not sure.
Oh,
There's
that
lots of
doesn't sound
sand.
Okay. I'll get up and kind of shake myself out.
Water sprays everywhere.
Ugh.
You floof up, it's adorable.
Okay. Rosalind? Where's Rosalind? Uh-oh. Where's Rosalind?
Points at the dangling fairy.
Can you get her down?
Nods, goes over, and she's tall enough, I imagine.
Yeah, you just
Just like...
like plucking an apple from a tree.
And sets her down.
Rosalind, you slowly stir as you regain your senses and realize that it is now nighttime and you have been washed up somewhere strange and new.
Tiny pink child, are you okay?
I am a grown up.
She's currently extremely small.
How small is she?
She has a problem where she fluctuates in size due to a sprite error in her creation. Right now, Rosalind, you're probably about as big as Stoobs.
What's
So
your
yes.
name? Anyway, my name is Rosalind, and this is my steed, Stoobs.
I am Sonari, the follower of Derkito.
What's a taquito?
Derkito is the goddess.
Ooh, what's she like?
Sexy.
I don't think I use that word in this world. what is a sexy?
My world is M for mature.
Oh, we're rated E for everyone.
Just get ready for the dating sim part.
Is that why there's no blood?
Uh-huh. Sometimes people will sparkle when they die.
I thought these vile monsters were all constructs.
No, but they do respawn.
That's always a problem.
Stoobs, you notice that in the darkened skies above you, There are no stars because it is just storm. Looking further across the land, which kind of leads into this forest area as far as you can tell, there is a lit up portion of the sky because there is a furious, deadly, powerful storm, the likes of which you've never seen before, filled with this red energy of the Maya just beyond. And you realize that this is what the scientist was talking about. This is the Maya Tempest. In other words, the heart of the Maya's influence, where it is most strongest, where the instability is at its worst. And you can even see, now that you're kind of like taking in your surroundings, there are textures that keep kind of popping in and out of various things. A rock suddenly gets the texture of stone, of a tree, and then of some horrible unwrapped face, just the 2D texture of a face on it, and then it pops back again to the stone, and then it pops to a fish. You can see various polygons clipping through each other. There's a bit of driftwood that's just kind of doing this right now because physics is completely broken here. And things seem very bad. You are very clearly at the very edge of the Maya Tempest, and it is... If what the scientist said is true, you and Rosalind are not ready to go into this place.
I'm gonna say that we are not leveled up for this area.
We need to not be here like yesterday.
Oh, this is a very dangerous place. How do we get out of here?
Maybe we can make a raft and we can just sail away.
Are any of the gnomes alive?
You don't see any, no.
Oh
I'm-
no.
I can build a raft, but it's nighttime, and usually nighttime is dangerous. So we should build a shelter before a sandstorm hits.
As soon as Sonari says that, you hear from the forest, "Run!"
That's true. Nighttime means the
Yep.
monsters are always 10 times worse.
Mm-hmm.
You suddenly hear a strange sound that isn't a roar, but it comes from your stomach, Rosalind, and this has never happened before. And you suddenly gain cognizance of a meter that has now been added to your person,
Oh no!
a hunger meter, and it is slowly diminishing before your eyes.
I'm hungry? I've never been hungry. This is
Have you ever eaten?
No? Why would I do that?
And
It's good.
this hunger meter is now present on all three of you, and it is slowly going down.
Oh.
I reach into my
no.
inventory and pull out a handful of bugs. Here, eat this. It will keep you alive.
I'm a dog. I eat it.
All right, Stoobs, as soon as you lap up the bugs, they taste fine. Your hunger goes a tiny bit.
There's gotta
Vaguely
be
chickeny.
better.
I have a bee if you'd prefer.
No! Bees are very important to flowers! And you can't eat them! We need them!
Then we could build an apiary. This is a good idea. That'll give us honey.
You
That sounds good.
Sonari, you do notice that with all the driftwood around here, there is ample building materials without any real effort.
Help me gather materials. You pick up the wood. I will go and hit the trees with my axe.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Okay.
All right.
I will start picking up
Oh.
driftwood.
Okay. This is added to your sort of crafting inventory that you have, Stoobs, much with the with how you built your skateboard during our first session. You're just getting, stacks and stacks of wood. Like, the amount of wood you've picked up is absurd, but it just stacks up to 99, and you don't know where it's being kept. So you're doing that. Go ahead and roll careful, Stoobs, or clever, to see how much of these materials you can gather.
They are the same for me, so
Okay.
I will.
And while that's happening, Rosalind,
That
what were you
is.
doing?
Oh no, what happened?
It's
Oh,
a
this zero.
big 0. What are you doing, Rosalind?
I think I'm gonna look around and see if there's some like berries. Anything better than bugs?
Yeah, absolutely. Same for you, clever or careful, as you start foraging
Clever
around.
is slightly better than careful.
All right.
Oh, one.
Okay, it's a bit hard in the dark because you can't really see the nice, vibrant colors of berries that you would expect, but you are familiar with flowers a lot, and you recognize some berries that you've seen before, and you start plucking away at them, and they go into your inventory, and they don't look like they'll do a whole lot, but they'll keep the hunger at bay at the very least. Meanwhile, Sonari, you head towards kind of the wooded area and start hacking away with ease with your mighty axe at these trees, and you fell them and immediately just pop. A bunch of wood just pops into your crafting inventory. As you're going about this, you hear some rustling, and you can see that there is, as you dart around, there is some sort of 2-foot high mushroom-like creature with very angry eyes and big angry eyebrows. And due to the nature of this game, you can see its general sort of health bar and its name. This is a Shrumba, and it is running towards you very menacingly.
Food.
Do you just slice it to bits?
She's gonna hit it with her axe.
Love it. Go ahead and roll forceful. I'll roll this Shrumba's defense.
3.
3 versus a 0.
Oh, wow.
You bisect the Shrumba immediately, and it drops a big plump mushroom
Takes.
that you add to your inventory. But there is still that sound from deeper within the forest, just the big roar. And you know that's not a Shrumba, whatever it is.
She steps back over to the others and looks at Rosalind. Here, tiny child, take mushroom. I'll eat the bugs.
Berries! They're better than bugs. You should have one.
Takes a berry and eats it.
Your hunger goes.
She hands you the mushroom and says, "You gather grass, and we'll make rope."
Okay. Wait. Just make that. I have magic. I'm gonna try to make a vine.
Okay.
Okay, you craft the rope.
Go ahead and do Flashy to try and create a beautiful vine rope.
Yes.
Whoa.
This is, Sonari, the best rope you have ever seen. It just kind of like appears as tendrils and just wraps around itself and just tightens, and it is bound with powerful fairy magic. This is a magic rope.
This is a good rope.
I'm going to go ahead and say that was a creating advantage, and you just got a now magic rope aspect. So let me do that.
We can tie lots of things together with this.
Yeah, and it's pretty. See, I put flowers there so that way it would look nice.
Yes, it is a very good offering for the goddess.
Yeah.
I love how she shrugs, like, yeah, sure.
Sure is.
We'll roll with it.
Eating is weird.
Would it be possible to did I just collect 0 wood?
No,
with that
you just
roll?
didn't get a whole lot, unfortunately.
I was gonna say if it's 0, I'm gonna re-roll that, but
Fortunately, Sonari's efforts mean that what you have isn't completely useless. She had this much and you would have had this much. Yeah, so you have plenty of materials to work with right now, but you do really feel the Maya's influence here. You see a crab kind of like skittering across the ground, except it's upside down and doing its animation backwards, so it's just this terrifying floating crab creature that just disappears under a rock. There is some weird stuff happening here.
Are you sure we can't just leave in the night? Okay, fine.
I wouldn't put it past the game to not have a Leviathan
What's
or
up?
something.
Oh,
you know.
I think that's one of the summons, right? I feel like that's a summon name.
Maybe. Or I don't know. Plus that ship.
The dredge.
Yeah, the scary second ship.
Oh.
Suddenly, the beach loses all gravity, and sand just slowly starts rising into the air, as with, any remaining materials, and some water just sloshing a little bit.
A sandstorm! We have to hurry and build the shelter. It'll rip the flesh from our bones.
I think the shelter might go up too.
It's only on the
Gonna have
beach
to-
part.
Okay.
She-
Okay.
Which, do you like to swim a lot or something? Is that why you're wearing a swimsuit?
What is swimming? No, I'm just kidding. No, she looks at her swimsuit, glances at clothes.
Yeah,
This is my armor.
it is.
Yes, it's the official armor of the goddess Taquito. All followers wear it.
Really?
Even the men?
And we don't like men where I come from. They tend
That's
to
fair.
be thralls.
Oh,
What does that mean?
what's that? Is
It means we make them do our food and dishes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You know what? That sounds like an ideal relationship. I hate chores. If I could marry someone who does all the chores all the time so I could play in the garden, that sounds great.
Yes, and if they talk back to us, we put them on the wheel of pain.
What?
Yes.
Wait, go back a little bit. That doesn't sound okay anymore. That sounds abusive.
That sounds terrifying.
It's all right. They don't talk back anymore afterwards.
You get the impression that Sonari's from a very different land than you are.
Let's build the shelter.
Okay.
Figure things out in the morning.
All right. Why don't we just do a group roll of careful to see if you can find the best spot to put this shelter. And we'll
Can I
take the
not help?
average.
Can I just not help?
You may not help. Yes.
Okay.
All right. You find
Finally,
a pretty good spot.
roll.
You kind of head inland a little bit more. This island that you're on is actually quite big. And as you move in, you find a nice cave, much to the consternation of you, Rosalind, because you do not like caves very much. However, it unfortunately does prove to be the best-looking shelter you'll be able to kind of build up around.
This is a good place to start.
This is
Here.
a bad place to start. It's dark and there's so much rocks and it's icky and... Ugh.
She doesn't like caves. She has spelunkophobia.
What?
Caves are bad.
Oh, she turns and says, then let's build beside it, and the cave can be for storage.
Okay.
She looks at the dog. Drop all your wood for me, and I will start building the shelter.
Okay, there's just a boop and it drops the road.
All right. With all the materials dropped and ready, Sonari, go ahead and roll clever to start building up a nice sort of campsite for everybody. Amazing,
Oh,
a
man.
5. You create exactly what you set out to do. What does it look like? What have we got?
So it's like 4 floor tiles, which are like, 5 by 5 each. And then the walls go up 2 spots so that you're not like cramped. And then it has the slanted pretty roof with like the openings on each end to let the smoke out.
Oh,
So she
lovely.
makes a fire, she makes a campfire in the middle with a little like pot hanging over it to put food in.
Oh, yes. Is it fair
And then
to
she
say...
builds
Sorry.
a box and sets it aside on the side wall, and then throws down these woven mats for everyone to sleep on.
Is it fair to say you did this all with a blinding speed?
Yes.
Just...
There are just like stars in Stoops' eyes, and she's like, oh my god.
Are you a crafter class?
Yes, I am a builder.
Wow.
Cool.
That's so cool.
I wish I had thumbs. So I could do this too. It could be so useful.
You hear another roar coming out of the darkness. This time it seems a bit closer, and there's something off about it. None of you can really put your fingers on it, but it doesn't sound like a typical like animal or beast or monster roar. There is something distinct. Are there any kind of traps, defenses, or other kind of things you are putting up to keep yourselves safe?
Yeah, sure.
I'll like dig a pit or something. That's definitely something I can do. My little doggy paws.
Love it.
I don't really get what they're doing, so I'm just gonna place some flowers on the ground and look like I'm helping.
You prettied the place up a bit.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, just put a flower there, and then the flower there. We can make a welcome sign over here. Welcome.
The exact opposite of
I craft some standing torches and stick them just outside so
Like
that
in a
it looks like
perimeter.
all, ominous, but it also keeps the area lit around us.
Sounds good.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna,
think we
like,
still
pretty
have
up
lanterns
the ominous
too.
torches and add like flowers so they look more happy, less frightful.
She places a skull next to one of your flowers and nods approvingly.
Oh, that makes it look so metal.
You create a very mixed message kind of perimeter of your place.
Tilts head at you. I think it's bone.
No, metal is what we use when we are saying something is like, bruh, that's metal.
Brah is metal. She's really scary when she does it.
Oh, well, you're very good at metal. You're much better than the rock band we met.
With that barbaric yorp that you just did, Sonari, there's a
Oh,
distinct
no.
silence throughout the nearby region now as a result. Whatever was
Maybe
nearby
she
seems
scared
to
it
have
away.
stopped. Yeah. And at this point, you all notice there is another meter that has been added to your characters. This one has kind of a moon on it, and you see it is slowly going down. This is a sleep and rest meter.
Okay, I think we have to sleep now. Rosalind, have you ever slept before?
Oh yeah, no, you use it if you wanted to go daytime and you're bored of waiting.
Why am I not thirsty?
I think that won't load until the morning, most likely.
In the desert, you're always thirsty.
I can understand. We just got pulled from the sea. I feel like thirst is our least concern right now. I would personally like to see less water.
Well, I made mats for you if you want to sleep.
Wow,
That's so
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you.
Okay,
I do the thing where I run around in like 5 circles and then I lay down.
absolutely. This is an adorable loaf now on one of the mats. Do you all go to sleep?
Mhm.
All right. Then, just as Rosalind said, as you go to sleep, you effectively blink, and then suddenly it is daytime, and this island is now filled with light. You can see that your torches are still burning, and there's been no sort of sign of anything kind of attacking you in the night. Everything seemed to have kept you safe. And Rosalind, it's at this time that you feel a sense of familiarity. And now that it's daytime, of course, the Maya Tempest is still uncomfortably close. It is not moving, however, so it doesn't seem to like being getting closer to you, but it is still very omnipresent on the horizon. You notice, Rosalind, that there's a reason why you recognize some of the flora of this place, and you can see that there is a very a landmark, a hill in the distance that is unmistakably the location of the fairy glade of Faerun, which means that you would have to be on the fairy isle itself. However, when you look over now to see that beautiful place and the sort of lands and the towns of the fairies, you notice that on this hill, where there's meant to be the beautiful fairy glade, there now stands a massive, very imposing, gothic, dark castle that looks like it was just dropped directly on top of it.
No! Go away, scary castle! Stop breaking my home!
A pickaxe appears out of nowhere that she's holding instead of her axe. Do you want me to break it?
Yes! Break!
Wait, so this is Faerun?
This is, well, no, this is not, sort of, but this is not how it's supposed to be. Faerun is really pretty. It's full of flowers and waterfalls, and everything is nice and happy, and this is not! This is scary!
As she says that, a tortoise walking backwards just appears behind her and just walks behind her.
This is not... We have to find my family and make sure they're okay.
Maybe, I mean, it's obviously been affected by the mire, so if we solve it, it should go back to normal, right?
Does the wall disappear? In the first time with Maya, remember when there was a scary blood wall? Back when we were going to the elves? Did that disappear afterwards we fixed everything?
I think it just appeared, yeah. We didn't ask them if they were aware of it. I think we just kind of assumed. Also, we were about to be crushed by geometric shapes. It wasn't, at the forefront of my mind to ask whether or not they had noticed that. I thought it was just there? I don't know.
But, I mean, isn't the mire too strong here, though, to fix it?
Is this within the Tempest? We're still
No,
somewhat outside of it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we might be able to solve this, but we're not going to be able to solve. And I gesture with the pot to the storm that.
Okay, so let's just go smash the bad thing, the mire.
Specifically the Mire-built castle, not the
Mire-built
Mire-built
castle.
storm.
No, we're gonna smash the castle. Let's go break the castle.
He
Okay.
quickly crafts 2 other stone pickaxes and holds them out to them, even though the dog can't possibly take them.
Cool.
I'll pick it up in my mouth and not add it to my inventory because I don't think it'll work.
Great.
Hey guys, don't we need to be safe? We need like construction hats because otherwise we could get hurt, right?
How do you know that?
I don't know.
I don't know if we could make helmets.
Maybe we can get like a coconut and slice it in half. And we can just wear.
I'm sorry, but I always keep my helmet off
Why?
because my hair is pretty.
Your hair is really pretty. That's smart.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your
welcome.
hair is pretty too, small child.
Thank you. I'm a grown up.
Okay. So our plan is to go storm the castle. Essentially. So yeah, we're gonna go storm the castle.
Okay, you take 3 steps before you all suddenly buckle over and hear your bellies making that unusual sound again and feel that terrible
Come
feeling.
on!
Quickly, let's craft some fish traps. They get a lot of fish quickly.
Okay.
How do we do that? What do we need?
Sticks, go punch bushes.
What?
I
Okay.
will go kick some bushes.
Alright, you just kind of-
with my hind legs.
Kick at them, and then a bunch of sticks appear, a few leaves drop as well, a couple of berries to keep you going as well. And yeah, you have the materials you need to create a fish trap, Sonari.
She uses some of the rope, some of the sticks, and builds fish trap. This like this conical like stick container that you stick in the flow of the water.
Excellent.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a nearby stream that you can just kind of pop that in, and very soon it starts filling up with fish.
Okay. I can get behind this. All right, yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna eat them. Woo!
There is a cooking pot in the house. We can take it there and cook it.
Need a cooking pot? That's impressive.
How did you just have that on you? We didn't get metal.
I made it out of stone.
Oh,
Wow.
you're really
Yes.
good.
I keep a lot of stone on me because of building.
What's your favorite thing to build?
I like building fortresses, walls, bloody pikes.
2 of those are good.
You cook up the fish in the pot, and you have a quick feast. And it restores a lot of your hunger, enough that you can start going about the rest of your quest, as it were. So
You just went silent.
You just went silent.
Thomas.
the mind is affecting me. So you go towards the dark gothic castle on the horizon.
Mhm.
Okay.
After a lovely breakfast of sashimi.
Yes. You go forward, and yeah, the further you go in, Rosalind, you recognize, oh, this is definitely Faerun. There are certainly beautiful sort of plants and flowers everywhere, but every time you kind of take a moment to appreciate them, they just start glitching out. Their sort of materials get swapped in and out. They disappear, they explode, they just have weird particle assistance attached to them. There is stuff happening as you're moving along that definitely seems to be otherworldly. You see bits of technology kind of like slam and fall out of the sky. World War II health packs just lying on the ground. You can see that there are like robot bits and pieces and junk just lying everywhere. There's a lot
Can I
of
try to pick up the health packs?
you kind of stand over, and since you're at full health, oh, that reminds me, clear your stress.
Oh.
So yes, as soon as you touch it, Stu, it restores your health again. But the rest of you,
Alchemical supplies.
the rest of you can clear your stress too.
So we can't. You can only like access them when your health is low. You can't pick
Yes.
them up and take them. Okay.
It is not an inventory item; it is a power-up,
God damn
effectively. Yeah, but you continue on your way, and you hear the roar coming from the woods again. And Rosalind, you know there is no predator on this island, so you don't know what that could possibly be. You all see 2 beads of blue light, and looking further at Sonari, you recognize the sort of silhouette of a a great cat, of a terrifying saber-toothed tiger, except this one is a strange color. It's sort of shiny, and it's got these weird attachments to it. It is a metal robotic
Oh no.
creature, and it is just looking through the forests, kind of stalking you, kind of watching, but it is smart enough to keep its distance, and it disappears back into the darkness again.
I don't think we should fight it yet.
I don't like it, and I don't like that the flowers are wrong. This flower is wrong, and that flower is wrong, and that tree is wrong, and...
She drops into sneak.
You crouch slightly, and suddenly it's really hard to see you.
Whoa!
I could go around behind it. It's a construct. They can be tricky.
I mean, is it gonna attack us?
Probably. They're very aggressive.
So wait, you've seen this before?
There are constructs in the dead city.
The dead city? Is it full of dead people?
Yes.
Oh.
Does this castle look like something from the dead city?
It looks like a castle I would build in the north, actually.
Okay.
It looks like it's made from black ice. You have to go up into the frozen mountains where the volcano is to get that. It's high-end material. 3rd tier.
Ooh.
Is it possible that more things from your world have come through? Not just you?
If the break in the ghost wall might let them come through, then that would make sense.
Oh boy.
Is there anything good about your
boy.
world? Like,
No.
is there something that... Oh, okay.
Okay, then yeah.
Wait. Her eyes get really big and like, you know, like, and she's like, except Sinraya.
Ooh, who's Sonari? Is
She
she
used
your
to be-
girlfriend?
Yes, she used to be my master.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Oh, it's just because she saved me from my other master, but then she immediately let me go and taught me not to be a thrall anymore.
That sounds less abusive.
Okay.
I think this is a partnership of equals, right? Because I want to support you and ship this, but I'm just making sure.
Oh, yes, Sinraya is very good to me. She crafts all my armor for me and my weapons. Except for this. This was given to me by Conan.
Right, the armor that is the bikini. I don't know how I feel about this.
Wait, so then who's Conan?
Yeah, who's a Conan? Is it a cone? Do you have giant walking cones?
Bronan, actually.
Oh, sorry.
Ronan?
Ronan. Oh, is he a bro?
Bronan is the main character.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, our main character has an interesting name.
Well, in general, they're called the Lightsworn Hero. However, the names that they select for themselves is...
One of them is called Butts with a Z.
You know, it's just how it is. It's real hard to make songs about a guy named Butts.
With a Z.
Yes.
I'm having a hard time processing that.
That's okay. Why don't we talk more about your girlfriend? What is she like?
Zenraya is very vicious. She is aggressive. She likes hitting things. She's very good with her weapons. She killed a giant crocodile once by herself.
Wow, that sounds violent.
Really
Yeah,
cool.
then it respawned, but we're gonna kill it again together. It's
Aw.
kind of our date night thing.
Oh, wait, that's super cute. I support you guys.
Thank you. She also taught me that there's better things to eat than gruel.
That's a very good thing to learn.
That's a very good thing. Did she teach you about the bugs? Because she shouldn't have taught you about the bugs.
No, she didn't teach me about the bugs. I taught her about the bugs.
Oh.
I mean,
It's
the bugs
okay.
actually don't taste that bad.
I give Stoops a look.
You have to eat a lot of them to get filled up, but they'll always keep you going, and you can always grab them off of bushes. They're on every bush. Oh, just wait till you find a fat, juicy grub. Those are better.
You know
Yeah,
what?
hungry
I think this
again.
has been a great conversation, but perhaps we should go kill a castle.
Right. She drops the axe, disappears, and the big pickaxe reappears.
Excellent.
Wait, are we killing the cat first, or are we killing the castle first?
Pickaxe disappears, axe appears.
Deal with the cat
Okay,
before it deals with us.
maybe it's a cat, right? Maybe we can just make a mouse and have it chase the mouse, and then it'll go away.
Unfortunately, to make a mouse, that would essentially be us.
Oh,
To it, we are the mouse.
okay.
We are scrumptious and nutritious, part of a complete breakfast.
Don't worry, small beastie. I will not eat you.
Thank you.
Was that on the table at the start?
No, I'm not a follower of Yogg. I am not a cannibal.
Okay, that's good. I don't like Yarg very much.
He throws people in pits and then eats
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh, I mean that also doesn't sound very healthy. For like if you're going to eat someone and you throw them in a pit, I feel like you're
The
gonna get a
pit
lot
is full of
breath.
fire.
Oh,
Oh.
okay, all right. That's still, I mean, like worse but better in the health department, you know, but like worse in the human part. He's failing at being a good person.
Oh, he is the god of sacrifice.
I feel
Explains it.
that does. Your world is scary.
Very, yes.
I feel
That
like,
has made me strong.
Yeah.
I mean, is it scarier than Gloom?
It means that here, in this world that is less scary, I'm overpowered.
That's
true.
that is a very
That's
good point.
very true. All right, let's
Yes.
go kill a cat in a castle.
Okay, so what do you do?
I'm gonna sneak again and try to sneak around behind the cat.
Sounds good.
I
Roll
will-
sneak. Sneaky.
Do you want me to be bait? Because I can run really fast. So,
Yes, get it.
yes,
you
I
get
will-
aggro, and I'll hit it from behind.
yes. I will get on my skateboard and get ready to move real fast after making myself look, I don't know, how do you make yourself look more appealing to a giant cat? I don't know, roll yourself in barbecue sauce, something.
Probably by having a big floof like you do.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your quickness, Stoobs, to create an
Okay.
advantage, and then Sonari, you can roll sneaky after that to see if
I'm
there's an
gonna
advantage
use
created.
Neum as well, so I'll get a +2 to this.
Okay.
So that, oh yeah, that is a 6.
All right. You have created an advantage. I'm just going to call it bait. Because that's exactly what this is. Bait. All right, and there's 2 free invocations of that. So, Sonari, if you would like to alter your roll at all, feel free to use that. So go ahead and roll your sneakiness. Sneaky, whatever it's called.
All right, I got a 2.
Would you like
And-
to use bait?
Yes, I'll use bait.
All right, for a +2.
Yes.
Sounds good. Okay. This sort of robotic cat creature, or rather saber-toothed tiger, I should call it, is going to try and see if it notices you. Boop-a-doop. And as far as you can tell, it does not seem to. You slowly sneak up on it, and you can see that it is sort of sniffing around, prowling carefully, slowly. The closer you get, the more cybernetics you see, and this is quite unlike anything you've seen before. What do you do?
She's going to use the opportunity while it's not seeing her to hit it from behind.
All right, go for
Sneak
it.
Attack.
Sounds great.
Should I roll sneak or forceful on that?
Either, up to you.
Okay, I'll roll forceful.
Sounds good.
2.
Would you like to use bait again to add another 2 to that?
Yes.
All right. So at this point, Stoobs, you kind of go arp arp, and the tiger immediately kind of turns ahead. You can hear the pistons whirring inside of it. It extends the sharp claws out of its metal hands and just kind of goes to start running towards you, Stoobs. And it is immediately met by a strong axe that just cleaves at it. And you feel your axe just tearing at its metal flesh. Springs and cogs flying into the air, and then the creature just explodes in a tiny explosion, leaving just bits of metal and things around, crafting materials that you've never really had the opportunity to use before, because there's like circuit boards and servos and hydraulics.
She starts picking up the crafting materials.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. You have them.
Well done, small beastie.
That was
You were a
surprisingly
good bait.
easy. Thank you. I
You
tried
guys
to
did
make my
so
butt look
good.
extra fluffy.
Okay, do you want to go onwards to the castle with your foe
Yes.
defeated? All right.
And I want to see what I can craft first that might help us.
Okay, you kind of like check and see what
Ooh.
kind of recipes you have. For you, there is nothing using these particular materials.
Do I have metal? Can I craft
You
armor
do have
for
metal,
the other
yes.
ones?
Yes, you
Can
can.
I craft armor for the dog?
Yes, you can, absolutely. Well, actually, it would depend on your roll. So if you could roll
Okay.
a clever of 2, then you can do it.
Yay! Yes!
Done. Immediately just ping, this dog armor pops out of you. And you can put it on Stoobs if you like.
Oh my god!
What does it look like? Describe the dog armor.
The dog armor is made out of the metal that she has, like, quickly turned around and, like, dropped down a crafting table and then started hammering with that, like, hammer that came out of nowhere, and then turns around and hands you this, like, chest piece that has, like, slight outward pushes for where boobs would be, and and a loincloth made out of, like, metal chain links.
And it provides plus 90 armor.
I put it on!
You realize, Stoobs, you do not have an armor slot,
Oh god damn it.
unfortunately. But you can keep this for later, maybe, if the opportunity
Okay,
arises.
yes. Well, I mean, Rosalind was able to make a weapon slot, so I'll see if I can make an armor slot.
Mhm.
Which,
I believe in you. I want a dog in bikini.
hold on,
You-
Princess Leia.
Do you need a better weapon, small child?
Bombs? I ran out.
Bombs. Alchemical
Explosives.
reagents. She sets down a cauldron.
Yeah, I recently got really into
Explosives.
blowing stuff up.
Go ahead
Can
and
I-
roll another clever, because you'll have enough
Okay.
Oil from this felled
Oh,
beast to
man.
create. Yep.
Ooh.
Rosalind, you're able to refill your bomb bag with 3 bombs.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh.
They're basically these little blown glass globules that have, like, stuffed with, like, pitch at the top, and they have these alchemical reagents in them that are glowy.
This is so
Ooh.
much prettier. I like that I
looks
can
so-
shake it.
Oh, don't shake it!
You feel it shaking in your hand.
Oh my god.
They're very unstable.
Oh, okay. I want to shake it.
Actually, can I take a look at the electronic components and, using my knowledge of things not of this game, try to figure out, like, if we can make, like, an electrical component for Sonari's axe or something, to make, like, a
Sure.
sparky axe or something. I don't know.
That's gonna be a
She
tricky
drops-
one, but feel free.
She drops the components for you.
All right.
They just start appearing around here.
So I lack the ability to craft it, but essentially I'm going to look at him and see if I can kind of like with the skateboard talk Sonari through doing this. So,
Sounds good. So
I'm
another
gonna
clever.
use.
As you look up, and I'll add to the fire a little bit more.
So that's 5.
A 5. Okay.
Oh my god!
And
Oh,
a plus
no.
8 to the instability, so
Oh,
thank you for that.
oh. Boy,
no. we're
God,
filling it
I
up
really hope
fast.
this is worth it.
So it was a 5 total.
Yep.
You know that you kind of like hack your way in to find the hidden recipes that exist between this sort of divergence of games that you find yourself in right now. For these electronic pieces, yes, you do find that you can potentially, if you get what is effectively another one of the servo components, you can create an electronic attachment to go on any weapon.
Ooh. Okay, I will relay that to everyone. Just be like, okay, so if anything drops it, we got to pick it up because we can definitely use it.
Hi. Let's go kill a castle. Or
I
do you
feel
want
like
to
the
craft
castle
more?
might.
Pickaxe
Yeah,
again.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So with that, this brave trio of a large barbarian woman, a tiny fairy, and a small dog start marching your way through the sort of strangely desolate lands of Faerun towards this massive, gothic, scary-looking castle that is now backlit by this terrifying red storm of Maya behind it. And that is where we'll take a break, everybody. We will be right back very soon. Stay tuned. And yeah, bye. And we are back. Welcome back, everybody, to Awakened Pixels, where we last left off our heroes. Rosalind the fairy, Stoobs the adorable corgi, and their new companion, Sonari, the mighty barbarian builder woman, are heading towards a dark and foreboding gothic castle that has been planted directly on top of what used to be the fairy glade of Faerun, the home of Rosalind. And we pick things right back up. The Maya right now is getting a little bit scary because things are moving with great speed around you. Kind of bits and pieces of vegetation, various objects from other universes. You see a car just zoom, go past and just explode, and one of you gets kind of hit in the face by a tire. There are all manner of things happening that are creating a bit of a storm, and it's actually getting a bit dangerous out here the further you go. But soon enough, you notice that there is a palisade wall that is set up kind of on your way near the base of the hill with the massive castle on it. And you can see that there are various torches set up around as well, and there are some robotic beasts that have been kind of skewered and repurposed to be kind of scarecrows, and maybe other devices as well, but that is what you currently see.
Does this look like in the crafting style that Sonari does, or is this something that's, totally alien to us at this point?
It looks similar to that crafting style, a bit different.
Is it third tier?
It is certainly something that is impressive. Let's put it that way.
Huh.
Oh. Okay, all of this is neat and all, but it's not supposed to be here.
That is very true. I'm also going to be keeping out, a lookout for the last component that we need.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Oh, you probably see there's a piece of it in one of these sort of scarecrows that has been set up on the walls of this palisade.
I'm going to approach it cautiously.
Okay, please
very,
roll.
very cautiously.
Please roll caution.
Let's see. Because I don't know if this thing is alive or dead. That is a 1.
Okay, so as you approach the palisade wall and you kind of go towards one of these things, you hear a sudden snap, and then and you all see Stoobs disappear as she is dropped into a pit trap. And Stoobs, you take a point of stress, and you are now stuck in a pit.
Cool, we have a rope.
Come on! Yeah.
And you hear from above, we got one, quick, get to it, we got one!
It's a dog, you idiots!
Rosalind and Sonari, you see that the gnomes are now appearing on the palisade wall, crafted spears in their hand, kind of getting ready to see what new prey they have just caught, not realizing that it was Stoobs.
It's Stoobs!
And they go,
Ayo.
it's Rosalind and Stoobs and the barbarian woman. Oh, they're alive! Quick! Open the gate! Watch out for the traps! There, and there. And the gnome is already gone, and you hear kind of this cranking sound as a portcullis is raised, made just out of bamboo, revealing a immaculate, incredible, sort of very Swiss Family Robinson-esque settlement that has been built up by these very industrious gnomes using the new crafting rules that they tapped into.
They must be living it up right now.
A rope ladder is thrown down to you, Stoobs, which is, half useful, but you kind of just stick yourself through and just get pulled up. And the three of you are welcomed into this little, really beautiful outpost that these gnomes have made. And you see that the central feature of this outpost, it's this massive burning bonfire. And what strikes you is that sitting at this bonfire, sort of crouched, hunched over, arms on the knees, just staring into the fire, is Tinsel, the very large armored man that you recognize from before. He does not seem bound or captured in any way. He is just kind of sitting there.
I have a question.
Yes.
This was on the way to the castle, right?
Yes, this is basically directly in the path towards it.
Okay.
And you can see that Arvat and his adorable badger companion Obo are informed that you all arrived, and he quickly comes over and he says, "Oh, thank goodness you're here. We were so worried after the storm. We couldn't find you. We sent out search parties. We didn't know where to go or what to do. We just found ourselves on this island here. Oh, and it's so good to see you. We've
So
had
glad you're okay.
it's likewise. We've had a rough time here. This
It's broken.
is a strange island indeed. There are strange things. There are scary things.
It's failing, but it's broken.
Wait, this is the Fairy Isle?
No, sort of. It used to be. They broke it, so we're gonna go smash the castle and fix it.
You going to the castle?
What's
We're
in
gonna
the castle?
smash it. Look, we made a pickaxe. Boom.
Pickaxe.
You all gonna pull out your pickaxes. One of the other gnomes, all the gnomes look down fairly morosely, and they say, "Well, the castle's where the Amber Fiend resides.
The what?
We
Is that a world boss?
we don't know. It just came in the night, and it just destroyed so much that we had made. It was fast and terrifying, and it was terrible. And we had to rebuild everything, and this one," and they kind of point over at Tinsel, and they kind of lean a bit closer and say, we found him in a pretty bad way. He was very badly hurt from the ship battle, and then was being attacked by these robot monsters. So we, did what any good gnome would do. We patched him up, and we got a plan. The Maya said that she knows the recipe for a ship, so we can just make a new ship and get out of here on this strange place. But she was taken. She was taken by the Amber Fiend, and taken to the castle. And now we don't know what to do.
We defeat the world boss.
We kill the castle.
Yes.
The gnomes look very concerned at this, and they motion towards Tinsel again and say, He's tried a lot. Maybe you should ask him about it."
I know.
They also say, "Do you need food, by the way?" And they kind of get these, platters of
yes!
various fruits and fish and mushrooms,
Bugs,
berries, and bugs.
Bugs. Oh.
So you can help yourself to all of that.
We should
I
bother
would like
the
to grab
angry-
that last component still.
Oh yes, yeah.
Not that I know.
It's kind of part of one of the constructed things. So you kind of politely ask if you're allowed to deconstruct, and the gnome's like, "Oh yeah, we could replace it easily."
Sonari starts shoveling like handfuls of seeds and plant fiber into her mouth.
Love it.
She can eat basically anything, so she's just like,
nom nom nom. So Stoobs,
leave enough for you.
Stoobs, you now have the component you need to create the electricity attachment
Oh, yes! So excited.
that you hacked your way
Gosh.
to.
All right. So after we've eaten, do you guys want to talk to Tinsel?
Yeah. I mean, has anyone seen any other fairy around? I mean, if this is supposed to be Faerun, where did all the fairies go?
We didn't know this was meant to be fairy. We haven't seen anything fairy-like. This place is horrible. It's really terrible. Just outside this little zone we got here, it's a rough
Yeah.
one out there.
It's not like how it should be. Faerun is gorgeous. It's filled with flowers and gardens and waterfalls and sparkly things. It's very nice and pretty.
It sounds very, very pretty. I would
It-
like to see it.
Well, you kind of are, but broken.
Then we will fix it. I have repair skills.
Yeah, well, we'll fix it. I'm just worried because I don't know where my friends and my family is.
Maybe they're in the castle. Maybe they're with the mayor.
Maybe they've been taken prisoner and made into thralls.
Maybe. Is it? You should probably. Your place is. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry.
It doesn't sound like a fun time. I mean, granted, sometimes here it's not much of a fun time, but, we have, like, sunshine and rainbows and not pits
It's not
of flame.
so bad. Ever since Bronan cut me down from the corpse tree, I've had a much better time with Zendraya.
We should corpse tree? I spent a lot of time with, gardening things. How do you make a corpse tree? Does it grow the corpse itself?
Oh no, it's a pole that you hang an exiled person on so that they will die.
That's not a tree.
It's called a corpse tree
It
because
should
a
just be
corpse
called a
the corpse lays on it.
pole. Trees are nice and lovely and they provide shade. That's just an ugly pole with a dead body.
Oh, I wasn't dead yet. It hurts.
Oh. I'm sorry. Do you want a flower crown? I'll
Yes.
make you okay. I'm gonna make a flower crown because
Okay.
I feel bad and I don't know how to handle this anymore.
The flowers that you reach for are all very glitchy, so they have this kind of like strange glitchy effect to them. But it's it's still something.
This is what happens when a character from an M for mature comes into an E for everyone. Just completely
We're all just like,
baffles.
Oh.
You also notice during
Completely
this time,
baffles everyone.
beyond the palisade wall that you're in, polygons are getting stretched. Pixels are doing strange things. This entire land is growing in its instability.
I'm gonna turn to Arvo and see. Have you guys managed to stabilize this area or something?
He says, I'm not really sure what the rules are. We're kind of learning as we're doing here, but there used to be, a little town here, so I think the game is accepting of what we've built here because it's meant to be that way, if that makes sense.
Oh.
Ah, it used to be an exile camp.
Yeah, sure.
Just wear the flower crown and feel happy.
She wears the flower crown. It immediately turns invisible and then it pops back on. I had to turn my helmet on.
Oh. There, that looks nice. Now you look cheerful and bright and happy.
She smiles, big toothy grin.
The sky immediately darkens with storm clouds, casting a dark shadow across everyone.
Sandstorm! Get inside, quick!
I think we should probably talk to Tinsel, right?
Can we talk to Tinsel inside a structure?
Yeah, the gnomes go like, oh yeah, we got plenty of room that we made up. Yeah, come on in, we can show you around, give you the grand tour, as it were. And this very happy gnome just starts showing you all these lovely, delightful, adorable things he's created. It's very hard for you to fit Sonari, but you get a nice view of everything. It's delightful. There's a little flower pot set up in the corner of windowsills and stuff like that. Beautiful, kind of carved wardrobes and beds. It's amazing.
She looks around and asks, you must have loaded mods.
Yeah, we like to modify things a little bit around here. Is that what you meant?
There's not this many decorations where I come from. You have to load mods.
Oh, gotta have some decorations. All about the aesthetics, all about the aesthetics.
Very pretty. I like it.
Oh, thank you. Kind of blushes. Tinsel does not come in with you. He kind of stays by the bonfire.
Is he still just like
There's something a bit wrong. You're not sure what it is.
Oh boy.
Alright, let's
Okay.
go poke the big scary man.
I have a question.
Yes.
When a sandstorm starts, the screen just kind of starts darkening like you described, but then it gets like these little flecks that start going through the air as if
Ooh.
sand is coming. Is that happening? Is this actually a sandstorm that's happening?
That is not happening, no. Does not seem to
Okay,
be a standstill.
so she would look around. I'm not sure this is a sandstorm. I
think
don't
it's-
see the right pixels for it.
It could be the Meyer storm. It's affecting everything here, so.
Do Meyer storms require you have full shelter? Or can we step back out and talk to the other person with the armor?
Be okay outside.
I think we're gonna be okay. Yeah.
You just
and then we
gotta
could
stay
just-
on your toes in case a large automobile comes flying past your face.
Yeah.
She rolls to the balls of her feet when you say stay on her toes.
Oh no. That's like a metaphor. You can walk on your foot, normal.
Oh, okay.
Just be aware and ready to, be alert,
Stay in combat ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rosalind tries to copy you.
Like, draw weapon, combat stance.
Do-do.
This feels weird. How do you walk?
She kind of wobbles while doing it, in that way that you do in a game.
Yeah, repeating animation.
She starts walking and it's like this, slow, like crawling sort of step because you're in combat mode.
Why are we walking so slow? I don't get it. Why don't we just walk normal speed?
Well, I have my weapon out.
So that means you go slow?
I'm being careful.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
So they go back over to Tinsel then?
Yes.
Okay.
You see the large man bedecked in his spiked armor, massive helmet covering his head, and he doesn't really pay much attention to your approach.
Is he having an existential crisis, do you
Do you
think?
need a new name?
I don't know.
We can name him Corpse Tree.
I feel like that's a bad.
Hey, Mister Tinsel, 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 Tinsel,
Head
Tinsel.
slowly turns with a creak, and
Tinsel,
you hear kind
Tinsel,
of echoing
Tinsel.
throughout his helmet his voice as he says, "Well, look who it is. Come all this way, and for what? To what end? Why do we even do any of it? What hope
Oh
do
yeah,
any
he's
of us
having a
have?
crisis.
You've not seen the things I've seen, little one."
Nope, and you haven't seen the things I've seen. Because we are our own people, and we don't share an eye.
Or a psychic link.
Mm-hmm.
We're all just here, ready
Or
to
a
be
backstory.
consumed, devoured. That's all we're here for.
So actually, I think we're here to fix the broken stuff, so that way Faerun can be pretty again. But if you want to be consumed, that's okay. You can do what you want.
We need not be consumed if there are no followers of Yogg around.
Yeah.
I don't know what half of the things you're all saying is. All I know is that there's no hope. There's nothing that can be done. I've awoken here more times than I can count now. Every time
Okay,
I
but, like,
failed.
Have you
You're
spent all your
really
stat
depressed and
points?
sad. Have you considered just pushing all of that down deep inside and not letting yourself feel that anymore?
Once I did just that. I was happy with the forces of chaos. Things were simple back then. Now things are strange. I used to be the strongest, and now I've been defeated so many times. Always
I'm here.
returning here. What? No. What? No. Listen, I gladly would have continued our dance, but now what's the point?
Nods.
The Amber Fiend, as they call it, is too strong. It's too strong.
Maybe you should stop trying to just attack it and come up with a plan. Maybe there's another way around it.
Have you spent all your stat points?
Yeah, it sounds like you're just kind of charging in over and over again and then feeling bad when that doesn't work. You know, I feel like you should consider your action. Oh, wait, no, I sound boring. I hate saying what I'm saying. Ew. Yeah, let's just keep charging it. That sounds great to me.
No, you can't just Leroy Jenkins everything. Okay, we gotta think about this. What is the amber thing?
Yeah.
You've
It's,
What
seen
does
it?
he want?
What is it?
its full name is the Voracious Amber Fiend. It lurks in that castle, and it devours souls. It has killed me many times in my short time here, and every time I awaken at this bonfire.
Cool.
Okay.
Ah, then it's a
So-
save point.
Wait. This is a different game. Hold on.
It can't be stopped.
Okay, so, without...
Would Stoops like to do an internet thing right now?
I think I know what's going on. However,
Uh-huh.
the instability meter is a little,
Yeah, it is.
a
It
little
is.
high.
What's the worst that could happen, though?
I don't know. I feel like a lot.
So Katie has an idea of what this
Mm-hmm.
is, but I don't know if Stoops would. if
What you doing,
in
Katie?
okay, can I just have like a luck roll or something like that to see if any of the times that she's just kind of trolled the webs, has she heard of night souls? Not to say the trademark name.
Since you came up with a legally distinct name, I will allow this. Yes, you recognize the familiar sort of patterns emerging of a game you briefly saw called Night Souls, where you are subjected to dangerous odds and die over and over and over again, all at the attempt at getting souls.
Okay. Listen. There was this linked video in this one tutorial that I watched, and it looked real nasty. So I only watched like 15 minutes of it. Like I think it was 5 hours long, and it was all just trying to get past this one person.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're dealing with. I think it's from this game called Night Souls, where like it's really weird. I personally don't understand it. Like you just throw yourself at the same thing over and over and over again, and you just keep dying, and you come back to this like little fire thing, and like people swear a lot.
What if we
'cause
just make like a fire closer? Will we just come back there then?
You know?
So
I don't know.
maybe we just go find the castle and we build a fire on the bottom of the castle, and then we can just ploop back whenever.
I know how to craft bonfires.
Tinsel's head cocks up at this and goes, What dark sorcery is this?
Not dark sorcery, it's crafting. Keep up, Tinsel.
Why are you so cruel?
Oh,
You were kind of trying to either capture or kill us for a while there.
I had orders to bring you to the vile lord.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
could have just not done that, and we could have been friends. We could be friends now if you wanted, but you know.
All I know is fighting. All I have is this giant hammer. What else am I?
Would you like to join our guild? Looks at the other two. Would you like to join my guild?
Abso-freaking-lutely, yeah.
Tinsel's armor kind of creaks as though his eyebrows going up, but you can't see through the massive helmet. And he goes, Tell me of this guild.
It's called the Sisters of Blood.
wow.
Metal.
Metal!
Aye. He looks at his hands like metal.
So, Sin's guild invites.
You all suddenly feel like you are now part of something grander. And you all share
Oh.
distinct information between each other. You know exactly how much HP you all have, and all your abilities and such. And you can see Tinsel has a fat stack of hit points. Yeah, and you're now all kind of part of a squad.
So I think he's the tank.
He's the tank too, but I'm also considering if he doesn't want to keep fighting things, what if we just give him a hobby to do instead? And then he doesn't have to be part of the Chaos Lord team. He could just, I don't know, be a beekeeper somewhere.
I do
That's
have a
true.
blueprint for an apiary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey,
And I have
Tinsel!
bees.
And you have bees! Hey, Tinsel, have you ever considered being a beekeeper? Because I feel like you're really unhappy right now. And you know what's really important for the environment and helps out a lot of things? The bees! And you can make them all, and then you can make pretty flowers because of the bees and honey. So you're getting 2 for the price of 1, and then you'll have something to do with your life besides chaos and bad.
And when you get tired of fighting, it's good to take a crafting break.
Mm-hmm.
The Wicked Witch would devour prisoners with bees. You're saying I should create these deadly bees.
Yeah, sure.
Sonari walks over, puts a hand on his shoulder, and then drops some bees and some crafting materials and a blueprint.
He suddenly has a 2001 Space Odyssey moment, just like, ah!
There you are, my friend. You can become a beekeeper.
You're going to be the best beekeeper, Tinsel.
Crafting. Yes. Yes, with these bees, we can finally defeat this foe. And he pulls his mighty hammer out, and it's just got bees flying around it now. And he says, Onward, as a guild, together! Rah!
It's a
Although I do have a quick question. Do you want electronics on your axe?
yes, it's a world boss raid.
Okay, I slam down the craft materials and pass them over and just like, I'm gonna walk you through this.
All right.
Okay.
So Stoobs walks you through, somehow unlocking a blueprint that you had no access to before. And when you put the components in the right place, it suddenly snaps onto your axe, and suddenly arcs of energy start coursing through it. There's beautiful blue lightning now surging through your axe.
It looks like the ghost wall.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is, but okay.
You hear-
I'm hoping
The
it's
ghost
a good
wall
thing.
kills everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hear Tinsel running in the distance with big stomping footprints, just yelling,
Oh god, he's going.
I don't know what's even going on anymore!
Okay, he's going. Should we follow our guildmate?
Yes, sprint.
Sprint.
All right, so you
sprint.
start sprinting. You notice your food meter goes down ever so slightly faster when you sprint/skateboard. And you continue on your way. You climb up the hill and find yourselves at the front entrance of this very large, dark, foreboding, gothic castle. It's quite beautiful. It's quite a vista. There's a note on the ground that says, "What a nice view." You don't know why anybody would take the time to put that there, but there it is. And you see that there is this kind of dark, spiky bridge that goes upwards, leading to the main entrance to this castle. And it is quiet. It is deathly quiet. There is nothing around this place. What used to be the
Hold
sacred
on, we
ground.
gotta go back to that note because what a nice view when you destroyed Faerun is very insulting to me, and I don't think I can just let that pass. I have to write a new note saying no, the view is bad. You destroyed my home. I don't like you, and then stick it over that note.
Okay,
You
you
can go back to narrating. You were doing a great job.
No, it's fine. You inscribe this note onto the ground, and immediately you get some, upvotes. You don't know what that means, but yes, you can see that this there seems to be no life here, as though the very beating heart of whatever was here once has been siphoned away. It is dark. It is dreary. It is silent. What's the plan?
So, the tutorial that I watched, it's like super important, like when you dodge and stuff. So we gotta think about that when we go into this, and also like combo moves, I think, or something like that.
So dodge a combo.
Yes. So like, we just gotta be aware, and also like sometimes there's patterns like that. The bosses do, like they'll do specific moves or something.
Tinsel
and,
says,
like,
I've never tried dodging before. Hold on. And he lurches forward, and you just hear like an anvil being dropped, ka-ting, as he just slowly rolls on the ground and goes, dodging.
So you just took every hit, and you wondered why this wasn't going well for you.
I've defeated every foe I've ever faced. This one is new. It is different.
yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna require a different approach.
It lurks at the top of this castle.
Then we should break the bottom of the castle so it falls
Yeah.
and takes falling damage.
I am so here for that. Blow up the castle! Blow up the castle!
Okay, so we should be sneaky, right? So we don't attract attention.
Wait,
So we
isn't
gotta-
sneaky the opposite of blowing up the bottom of the castle?
Well, like, you plant the bombs, and then you blow them up all at once.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
So sneaky at first, then flashy.
Wait,
Are there like walls around the castle?
There are not, no. It is,
Okay.
Flying buttresses? I don't know.
it's a,
wait a second, were we not told the mayor was also put in the castle?
Oh shit,
Yes.
that's right. Yeah, there's people in here. No, we don't want to blow it up.
Here's the thing, Rosalind does not pay attention, but I do not want, like, the bodies of innocents on my conscience.
Okay,
So-
yeah, let's not compromise the structural integrity of this castle due to the fact that there are probably innocent bystanders in here.
Pickaxe goes down.
Oh.
Axe comes up.
Okay. Okay, so it's like when you say it's in the top of the casino, you mean like is it in the ceiling?
No, we have to climb the grand staircase.
Oh.
And you have to be quick, otherwise the ghosts will get you.
Although,
Oh.
actually, what if we just we just climb on top of the building and then dig a hole and jump in and get it from the top? And, like,
Yes,
sneak out
I
that
can
way?
build stairs up to the top so that we don't have to go inside.
That is-
So Sonari, you would know simply by looking at this that the number of crafting materials required to build stairs to go
That's
this high would be the entirety of the island would have to be felled before you.
But if we can make it go at least halfway up, I should be able to climb the rest of the way as not my stamina not run out before I get to the top.
And we can use a rope.
That's
Your rope.
We could grappling hook up there.
Just to again clarify, we're talking about a very, very, very tall, imposing, spiraling castle. Just to clarify, not saying any of this is wrong or incorrect. Just to clarify, this is an Everest before you.
But also, like, you said that is gothic. Though.
Yes, so there's
Okay,
so many spikes.
There's
to
lots
hold on
of
to.
Oh, I
resting
can't help.
places.
Yes.
Yes, and you regenerate stamina.
Okay. So we could hypothetically do this, bypass the ghosts, and hopefully get a
Oh, the ghosts are
really
nothing. They're nothing. You just run fast. They can't get you.
Okay.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? They're not going to expect this, so we're already breaking your pattern of just running up to it and going "Rah!" by jumping down from the top of the building inside and going ah! Like, this is a whole different ball field. They're not going to know what's going to happen. Because I don't know what's going to happen, since I've never broken inside of a wall like this.
A part of me wants to say, the entrance is going to make no difference. However, I'm in a guild now, so I will listen to my fellow guild members.
Then let's begin climbing. Now, in order to climb most efficiently, you must take off all your armor so you are not as heavy.
Oh no! Oh, absolutely not. I think I might die if I don't have this on. I'm not sure.
All right.
That's a very good point. We sometimes the armor is quite literally a part of you. Like, we have this friend who's super badass, and honestly, I think you would really like her. I feel like you two would get along great, but she can't change out of her ball gown.
All right, then we'll just have to climb up to areas that we can stop and rest.
Okay. Okay. We'll give it a shot.
All right. So,
Conan
outs-
actually has a climbing mechanic, so I'm just like
nice.
having a field day with that.
So,
Wait, I have a question.
yes.
The gnomes built an airship. They understand aerodynamics to a
We
certain
get like
extent.
a hot air
Well,
balloon to
yeah,
rise
sure.
Yeah,
up.
can they?
The airship, I'll remind you, did not do very well.
Yes, but I mean, it's like a hot air balloon is a completely different magnitude than a full freaking ship.
Sure. Feel free to do whatever you would like to do.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, I'm
Can you
not opposed to trying to get a hot air balloon up here and then just riding up to the top, blowing it in, and going down. It's so extra.
Does the fairy have wings, by the way?
She does, but it just kind of lets her hover.
Okay.
She can't
Um,
move.
Sunari looks at them. The two of you can hold on to my back, and I will carry you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you are very small and weigh insignificant amounts.
I can
Yeah.
carry one. You're both extremely tiny.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I'm
Okay.
not tiny.
That's true. Sometimes she's full people sized.
I don't know why.
So, yeah, I guess pick whoever you want to carry and let's try this.
Just a
You
big,
are a small dog that is picked up and put on my shoulder.
a big metal gauntlet just wraps around Rosalind and also just puts it on the shoulder as well.
This is fine.
And then you see Tinsel just kind of like doing a tip, but he's wearing a helmet, so no actual spit goes in his hands. So he just kind of
Oh,
just,
it's just in
all
the
right,
helmet.
let's do
Ugh.
this. Rock, rock.
She goes for a fist bump first.
Boom! There's this electric bolt that appears and you do a fist bump together. Just such power and force. And it goes, let's do this. And you start.
My axe is sticking to my back with no... It's just sticking there, kind of hovering.
Alright, so you and Tinsel start climbing the edge of this Gothic castle. A substantial way you need to go, but you're going to take rests in between. Go ahead and roll Forceful, because you are forcefully just clawing your way up a castle. And Tinsel will do likewise.
On
I still
Tinsel.
have the rope and vacation too.
Oh,
if you guys
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah, should we? Do you want to use the rope twice to give him +2, maybe?
Yes, let's
Ooh,
use my
yes.
pretty rope.
Okay.
That'll be a nice 5.
So we'll say that removes the magic rope from play, but you used it to effectively help both your large, very muscle-bound companions up as they climb onto one spire. Take a rest, get ready, climb up onto a parapet, take a rest, climb up beyond this, like, horribly spiked iron railing, take a rest, climb up on a
Pause.
gargoyle.
Pause and eat some fish. Take a rest.
Like, oh, quick, oh, give me just quick. Yeah, and during this climb, Tinsel speaks to you, Rosalind, and says, "Is it true what they say? Do you really have one of the elemental orbs?"
Oh yeah, totally. It makes funny noises. Look.
Gosh.
Oh, it's true. How? I thought
Sometimes
only the
students and I
Lightsworn
use it to
heroes.
play catch.
I catch it in my mouth like a tennis ball.
Tinsel just looks awestruck, just like, could it be? Are you reincarnations of the Lightsworn heroes?
Oh god, no, we're
That's
not.
good, because they are my mortal enemies. Would have become
no, so
awkward.
here's the thing. If you
And
do
we're in a
quests for
guild.
people, they
Yes.
just give it to you. So all you have to do is go up to the people who have them and do quests for them.
What? It cannot be so simple.
But
But
yeah, it
then
is.
again, why would you ever do a thing for another person? I do not understand.
I think maybe you should work on your empathy skill.
I have 0 points in it, as I can see.
Yeah, maybe we
Ah,
should.
your
Get it up
dump
to at least
stat.
1.
Yeah, what if we just put 1 point in empathy? Can you take it away from something else and just add 1 in there? I think that's gonna.
can't. If we defeat this amber fiend, then potentially I can finally put something into this empathy stat you seem to think is so great.
I think it's really important, and I think it's crucial for your development as a person.
Even I have some.
Even she has some, and she's way better and cooler than you.
Again, just very mean. Okay. Alright, maybe we can both put our empathy stats up after this. And he continues climbing. And
I am a delight.
And eventually, after what seems like hours of climbing, the electricity in the air getting stronger, the sort of storm, the reverberations that the lightning is striking throughout this place, hitting you bodily. You finally make it up to the very top of this place, and Sonari, both you and Tinsel climb up and immediately just have to drop onto the ground to recover this Herculean task you just accomplished together. And while you're on the ground, just another fist bump. And he just goes, "I really think we're going to take the stairs."
This
It
is
was
way
really
cooler.
cool, though. You guys did really well.
This is so cool.
At least we avoided the ghosts, I guess. And then immediately you see a ghost appear.
Pickaxe.
As it kind of appears from the
Axe.
outside, and it says, "Leave this place. Why do you come here?
Why
We're
are
gonna
you here?
explode it.
You all
We have
talked at
come
And then I
once."
dropped the bomb.
All right, roll forceful, and everybody roll a defense against a bomb.
We have come to kick bleep.
Oh goodness.
I feel like this would be quick. That would be a quick dodge.
Okay, you easily
fine.
leap to safety, Stoobs. So Sonari and Rosalind roll defense, but Rosalind also roll the forceful roll. So this is against a 3 bomb. So however you think you're defending yourself against an immediate bomb going off. Okay, Rosalind, you get some shrapnel. Okay, everybody manages to get out of the blast radius quick enough somehow.
She takes her axe and just like golf swings the bomb out of the way.
Boom! It kind of goes through the ghost and explodes a bit of the ghost, and they just kind of look at this like, okay, so you're probably not going away then.
No.
You really should.
Okay.
The amber
What's
fiend is here.
Why?
here?
She
Yeah.
attacks the ghost.
It goes straight through. It goes. All right, I probably should just go. I don't feel very welcome right now.
Wait.
This is my
Okay,
house,
what's
so
your
it's kinda
deal?
rude.
Why are you here?
You should
Why
all
are
really
you
up
here?
your empathy stats.
Oh,
I
this
think.
is your house? Well, this is my island that you dropped your stupid house on.
What? I don't know what you mean.
This is my island, and you dropped your ugly house on it.
Buddy, you're not in Night Souls anymore. I hate to tell you.
What's
I don't
Night
think
Souls?
it's ugly.
The place where you come from.
No. Anyway, you should all leave.
No.
We have to save people.
Your souls are gonna get devoured if you don't leave.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
well, the mayor is missing, and so are all the fairies.
Do you have all the fairies in here?
I don't know. I've seen this one
Oh,
a lot.
look.
I think I'm
They
gonna
look
go.
like her,
I'm
but
just gonna
different
go.
colors.
Okay. I tried to warn you, I suppose. Farewell.
Bye.
Or not. You'll probably die. Bye. And the ghost just disappears through a wall very slowly.
Are they all
That
that
was the
depressing?
ghosts that you were having issues with, Tinsel?
I never said I had issues with them. I said I ran past them very easily.
The first time I've seen a ghost that didn't try to kill me.
So do they just stand there and warn you?
Honestly, I wasn't about to ask questions. I just ran.
Huh.
Well, we have a hole. Do we want to jump down?
Pig's pickaxe.
You know, if we had gone up the stairs and if we had noticed that they didn't attack us, we could have asked them for, like, tips on how to defeat this thing.
No.
Pickaxe starts hitting.
Okay.
Starts hitting a floor tile.
That is very sensible. I don't like the ghost because he was like, "Nah, this is my house and this is my island, so.
Floor tile break.
You pick up a tile piece to add to your crafting collection. The opening in the ground that you've created from bomb and from pickaxe is now wide enough for all of your guild to get into. And one at a time, you leap in, and you find yourselves in a very dark and long corridor. And you can immediately hear rattling as Tinsel is shaking a little bit, and he says, "This is it. This is where it lurks. I never know where it comes from, but just be vigilant."
Oh, hurry, put it on a campfire. Put down a campfire.
Yeah,
Campfire.
put down the campfire.
No, campfire.
Maybe we should do that on the roof. Put it on the roof.
Actually, yeah, let's climb back up to the roof, put a campfire, and then come down.
Can I do an absolutely ridiculous
Go
what is
on.
it called? What is it called when you set up a thing?
Create an advantage.
Yes, can I do an absolutely ridiculous create an advantage with Flashy?
Please do. What do you want to do?
Arrange them in a classic poster back-to-back format ready to fight,
Okay, so just a battle stance ready to go.
where you're like shoulder to shoulder, back to back, and all arranged like really cool, like if you were on a poster.
Hell yes. Go ahead and roll your flashy for that.
3.
All right, so you can create a boost from that. So
Nice.
I'll give you a boost of I'll just call it badass.
Badass ready stance.
Awesome.
Is there a way that I could also, you know, we had that conversation about dodging.
Yes.
Can I do a quick dodging tutorial with Tinsel? He seems to have some issues.
He seemed to dodge as well as he could. But yeah, you can.
Run.
Yes. So you kind of see that where you are right now, it's a bit of a maze of corridors. It looks like there are sort of ways that go off in various directions, and the place you're standing seems to just go on forever, impossibly, compared to the sort of the castle that you saw yourself in. And it's dark. It's very featureless. It's just kind of very plain black, and this sort of strange blue lines everywhere. And as you're kind of looking around, getting prepared for this, you suddenly sort of hear a very unusual sound echoing through the corridors. Just this weird undulating sound, and you feel like
no.
this creature is getting closer to you, and Tinsel is seizing up a little bit in this moment.
Okay, I want to use my doggo senses and just like try to pinpoint where it is. It's got
Okay.
the little radar ears going.
Yeah, go ahead, roll careful.
Okay. That is a 3.
Okay, you listen very carefully, and strangely enough, you don't hear anything in the corridors themselves, but you hear something in the adjacent wall. And then you just hear an ambient voice speak out, and it says, "You can feel it. The hunger, the cursed hunger, clawing at you ceaselessly. I must eat. I must consume." And the wall explodes in
God
brickwork. And emerging out is this massive, gigantic, pure yellow orb with an opening mouth that opens wide, and it goes waka waka waka, and it starts charging at all of you. Everybody roll quickness. And Tinsel yells, "The voracious amber fiend! It's here!"
That's a really long name. I'm just gonna call it Vivi.
I'm gonna use Neum as well, so that gives me
So you
a
get a
total
plus
of
2.
2.
Okay. Tinsel
Oh my
roll his
God.
quickness
That's not what I was expecting.
too. All right. So
Can we use our advantage?
yes, please. Who would like to invoke something?
I will invoke the badass battle stance.
Okay. Do you want to re-roll or add 2?
Add 2.
Okay. So you're at a 2. Rosalind, would you like to invoke anything?
Yeah, I'll do inconsistent sizing.
Okay. Nice. So that will cost you a fate point, and
Yep.
I will gain a fate point in kind. Dip-a-doo. Awesome. So you kind of all very quickly try to react to this as best you can. Tinsel, sadly, is not fast enough. He does one of his like rolls on the ground, and he gets immediately slightly chomped. You see his health drastically go down.
Oh.
Let's see. So all of you are going to take 2 stress.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Am I supposed to have 3 stress boxes? Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
So you can mark off the second stress box of 2.
Oh, so you don't do the first one and the
You don't
second
do
one?
the first one, no.
Okay, it's that type system. Got it.
Yeah, cool. Great. So this giant creature, you see a massive health bar appear on the screen, and
Oh,
written in a
no.
gothic font above it, it says, "Macpan, the voracious amber fiend." What is everybody doing? Actually,
Definitely a world boss.
All right, so right away, popping out the skateboard. We're in just a gothic cathedral, so the floors are pretty flat, correct?
where you are right now is more of a featureless maze.
Oh. Okay. That's not
But
good.
yes,
but...
it is flat.
All right, so I am going to use Neum, and I'm going to try to create an advantage for everyone by becoming bait to distract it.
The old bait ploy again.
Yes.
Excellent. Yes, go for it.
Figured with my speed, that might be the best way to go.
So that's a 2.
Okay, it's not great, but sure, we'll go with it.
So modifier being added due to Maya instability. Every time anybody takes an action, MacPan can take an action too.
No!
So, Stoobs, as soon as you start being bait, MacPan immediately, just this floating, terrifying yellow orb with no face or features other than this infinite maw that it has, bites at you. And you take 4 stress,
Oh my god,
which
okay.
means you have to take a consequence for that one.
Yeah, so I can take 3 stress and then 1 would be left over for a consequence.
Yes, you could do that too, yeah. So you could take a mild
Okay.
consequence and knock off your 3rd box.
Okay, so if I didn't take the stress box, would that be a severe or a moderate?
It would be a moderate at that point, because it goes 2, 4, 6 for the consequences.
And what does that do to me exactly?
It creates, first of all, it creates an aspect that I can invoke against you, and I get a free invocation of it immediately.
Okay. Sure, we'll go with moderate. I want to keep
Okay,
that stress box
um,
open just in case.
The consequence we're going to call this, you are now hollow, and you don't know what that means.
That
That
sounds
doesn't
good.
sound
That
good.
doesn't sound very good.
No, welcome to Night Souls, baby. Alright.
Yep.
Who is going next? You saw that Stoobs just tried to create a distraction, and immediately MacPan attacked
It
her.
didn't work at all.
So, Sonari, you wanted to go. What do you want to do?
I want to create an advantage. She's going to take the piece of tile that they took out of the roof
Yes.
and put it down in such a way as it gets the world boss stuck in terrain.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting. I like
Can I
this.
do clever for that?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Okay, didn't roll. Stuck in
Ooh.
terrain.
All right, that is definitely going to create 2 free invocations of that. And this would be a good time to remind you that an invocation can also be made on an enemy's roll to make them re-roll or get -2. So that could be very useful for this this lovely
Thank you.
advantage that you've created. So yeah, we'll call that Stuck in Terrain. I love that so much.
It happens sometimes in the game, so I thought about it.
Love it. And even though MacPan is like a floating orb, somehow he still gets stuck on this tiny tile. Awesome. So that's now got. Oh, I need to move it over to 2 free invocations because you rolled so well. And MacPan is going to get a turn because he just took an action. He is going to quickly charge towards Tinsel and try and just take a massive bite out of him. Waka waka waka, and Tinsel is going to defend.
Can we invoke?
You might. So Tinsel is going to use his armor this time around to defend forcefully.
Oh, okay.
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 Oh no, Tinsel!
Maybe we want to invoke that.
It's entirely up to you. Any one of you can invoke if you would like to. Also, you don't have to use the free invocations. You could use your own stuff with fate points as well.
Oh, that's true.
It won't make much of a difference. I feel like the 40 plus 5.
That's a 6.
That's a 6, and it looks like so. If
I don't think we
make
can
it
invoke enough to make it.
make
No.
it like matter at this point.
Well, you could make him reroll, and then he could get way less
That's
damage.
Oh, okay. Invoke stuck in
but
terrain.
doesn't he have? It looks like he just has like a plus 5, right? Like it's.
Right,
So-
but the
Oh,
damage
yeah.
Tinsel will take will be far reduced, so he's gonna
Yeah.
die
Okay,
less soon.
invoke stuck in terrain for him
Okay.
to reroll.
All right, so Sonari, you invoke Stuck in Terrain. You see that this massive chomping maw just suddenly stops in its tracks for a second, and Tinsel just quickly gets out of the way before getting only half chomped. So Tinsel will re-roll, and he gets a 3 that time, only
Okay.
taking 3 damage. And Tinsel has only got 1 bit of stress box left. Bringing it to Rosalind. What would you like to do?
Well, it's a floating orb, and I don't really know how like magic is gonna help, but I do have 2 bombs. So
Make him eat the bomb.
yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
great. I'm gonna try to get this guy to eat this bomb.
Okay, how do you just chuck it in his massive mouth? It's an easy enough target.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds like you're just forcefully feeding this person a bomb. Go for forceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And MacPan's defense is basically going to be forceful as well because he's just going to take it. Actually. No, yes, that makes sense. Okay.
Ah!
Ah!
Any invocations anybody would like to make for either roll?
Can do stuck in terrain again since he's still stuck
could.
there and can't
That's
get out of
true.
the way.
Could I also assist Rosalind by invoking Noble Steed with a fate point to say that
Yes.
I'm helping her?
Absolutely.
Okay,
So you can give her
that'll
a
give
+2.
her a +2, so it's 8.
Sounds good. And Sonari, would you still like to invoke the terrain?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to dramatically help in that case. Just going to add 1 thing here. Boop. Okay, so that brings it to a 6 versus a 4. Sorry, an 8 versus a 4. So that's goodness gracious, that's 4 stress immediately. You can see MacPan's health bar gets drastically chewed through as he devours this bomb, and it just explodes inside of him. And when it does, just flecks of these weird white dots just spew out of his gullet. And MacPan goes, "No, my souls, I must consume."
Metal.
Tinsel is gonna say, "I'm in a guild now. I'm not afraid of you any longer," and swings his hammer down as hard as he can. MacPan is actually just kind of gonna try and that was the wrong thing to roll. Oop. So Tinsel gets a 5. MacPan is actually going to do a 180 and immediately start charging away down the corridor. So this is going to be a quick maneuver out of here. Not quite enough, but MacPan, I'll use a fate point to invoke one of MacPan's secret aspects to grant a +2, so no damage dealt this time. And Tinsel's like, "Come on! What's the
It's
point of
okay,
a big
Tinsel.
hammer?"
Think of the bees.
The bees. I didn't use the bees. All right, let's do this again. But of course, since Tinsel took an action, it means MacPan can take an action, and MacPan is going to try and create an advantage. You see up ahead in the corridor that MacPan is moving down, there is a big, just glowing white orb floating in the air, and MacPan is making a beeline for it. So he's
Oh,
going to
no.
create an advantage using, I think, Flashy, maybe? Does that sound right? Okay, he only gets a boost out of it, unfortunately. But this boost, as he devours this white orb, suddenly you see that all of your guildmates turn blue.
Oh, come on.
Why? That's not my color scheme.
And...
It's a status effect.
Oh, I can remove those.
and that brings it to Stoob's turn.
Okay, ooh, what can I do? What can I do? Let's see, what do I have?
There's also just this insane orchestral music happening right now, just oh, sorry, operatic, I should say. It's very scary.
Okay, so I would like to, is it possible to invoke two, like an aspect and a stunt, or can I only do
Yes,
one?
you can do both of those at once.
Okay, so I want to get Rosalind up close to it so we can get the bomb to it again. So I'm going to invoke Noble Steed, but also Neum to get the speed aspect in there.
Got it. Okay.
So I guess this is quick +4.
All right.
So that's
We're gonna
a
have
9.
to talk about Mume at some point, by the way, to make it a little more less generalized, I think.
Okay, yeah.
So that's a 9, did you say?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, this is creating an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What aspect would you like to create from this?
Speedy confrontation to get Rosalind up close to it to chuck the bomb in.
Okay. I'll just call it like speedy momentum or something. Bam. All right. Cool. So you kind of run around, desperately try to give your power of speed on your tiny little legs to your allies. And now MacPan has a turn, just turns around, and it's really awful because you can't see him turning around except for just this massive mouth just appearing, and then waka 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 just starts charging down the corridor towards the rest of you. And the first person in line of fire is going to be you, Rosalind. So please roll a defense of your choice as you try to avoid this. How do you avoid this massive amber terror coming towards you?
I'm gonna try to create like a flower wall to hit it instead.
Okay, that sounds pretty clever or careful. You can do one of those.
No, I'm not gonna do that because I hate both of those stats. I am going to instead, I'm going to, Oh, I'll just dodge. Dodge is great. I'll try to dodge.
You gotta leap to
I
one
will
side in the
assist
maze.
her as a Noble Steed, so you get +2.
So
Nice.
you're invoking the speedy momentum. Cool.
Yes.
All right. So that's a total of 4, 5, 6. And MacPan gets a 5. I will invoke the boost that MacPan just got to basically, because you're blue right now, you find yourself moving far, far slower. So I'm going to give you a -2 to your roll, bringing it back down to a 4. And you just basically you dodge to one side, but MacPan has a turn speed of instant and just immediately turns and just takes a small chomp out of you. Your health points lower. You take 1 stress.
Okay, that's fine.
Better.
That's fine.
And now
Everything is okay.
at that point the blueness fades from the rest of you, bringing it to Sonari. What would you like to do?
At this point, Sonari's just gonna give out a battle cry and straight rush, leap into the air, and try to, smash with her axe.
Hell yeah! Forceful or flashy, either will work.
All right, let's do forceful because that sounds forceful.
Okay.
I want to invoke my Bronin's axe with a fate point to add 2.
Awesome. Very good. So that's a total of 3. Excuse me. MacPan is going to quickly try and get away from you, just speeding through the corridor, and gets a 0. So you cleave into the back of this massive floating orb,
Oh, yeah.
and you see his big health bar goes down another chunk as you deal 3 damage. And MacPan is now past half health. And Tinsel says, "This is as far I got last time. It's also where he got his second form, so be careful."
But you have a guild now.
What's its second transform!
And then you just hear a terrible, terrible rumbling as two draconic wings burst out of the back of MacPan, and also just a massive, sort of old school knight helmet just kind of lands on top of this thing. Its visor opening and closing with MacPan's jaw, and now he's just this weird armored dragon creature. And in response
Metal.
to that action, MacPan spins around and breathes fire on everybody. So I need you all to tell me how you're defending yourself from flames filling up this corridor.
I'm gonna do another like acrobatic backflip out of the way.
Oh yes, another flashy backflip. Sounds great.
I get
Rosalind and
plus-
Stoops.
I get +2 on flashy defend.
Yes, you do, thanks to bikini armor. Has great fire defense.
I'm going to
Such a
try
six.
to. Do you know what you're doing, Stoops?
I am going to do quick, you know, a dodge, my
Sounds good.
usual thing.
Sounds
So that's a 2.
There's still one speedy momentum left if you would like to use it.
Rosalind might need
I
that. I
have a
don't know.
weakness to fire. That's my severe
Oh,
thing.
oh, yes. Let's leave that for Rosalind. So I will. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stick with the 2 and hope for the best.
Okay. So Rosalind, go ahead and do what you do to defend against this as well.
Yes, a bunch of fire. I am going to. This is like a corridor, right? Is there like a doorway that can I like jump into something? Like,
Yeah, there are kind of like other sections of hallway you can just leap into, but this fire is
yeah,
kind
I'm
of
gonna take
spreading
my
everywhere.
pickaxe and like forcefully chop a way through.
Okay, just gonna smash through. Okay, that's a forceful dodge. Go for it. Go ahead and roll your forceful.
6.
What?
Of Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Holy cow.
It does not give any crafting components because it is effectively a void you just knocked into, and you find yourself in the space between graphics. You can basically see through everything, and it's very weird. But you
Oh.
defend well against the fire. This is what the fire is. It's a 6. So
Okay.
Rosalind, you take no damage. Stoobs, you take 4 damage, and Sonari, you take no damage as well. Tinsel is a clunky man in armor. He's gonna try and use his dodge that he was taught with his quick.
Come on, dude.
His quick is not good.
We believe in you.
Just
No.
lay down.
And you just hear, "Ah!"
God damn it.
This happens every time. And Tinsel slams into the ground, a smoldering, his armor bright red from the flames.
Oh.
Oh, that's terrifying.
So
Does he
I
still
have
have
to-
hit points?
You can see he still has 1 hit point left.
Oh my god.
He is sadly weak to magic.
No, that's right.
Oh, actually, I am going to invoke, thanks for reminding me, I'm going to invoke your weakness to fire, Rosalind, so you actually take 2 damage from this.
Can I take the other boost that was on the thing?
The speedy
Badass
momentum.
fighting.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
yes. You can use that to counteract what I'm doing effectively, so... Oh, but I'm going to use mine to make you re-roll is the problem.
Why?
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. Now, you
So
can re-roll again if you would still like to invoke, or you can still add +2 and stuff.
I really doubt it'll get as good as a 6. No.
Okay.
But if you invoke, you can get a 5.
Yeah, I'll take that 5.
Okay, so you only take 1 point of damage, so reduce the stress if you still have some.
Okay, so I don't have the. Can I take the 3rd stress if I only had 1 point? 'Cause I
Yes,
already
you
took
can.
The 1. Okay, so then I have all 3 checked. What does that mean?
That means any damage you take now will become a consequence, and if you have no more consequences to gain, then you are taken out.
Got
and we will
it.
determine what that means
Okay,
when it
I
comes
still-
to it.
I think I still have a mild spot for it.
Yeah, so you can take 2 damage. Anything else will kill you.
Cool.
Alright, so that was the Dragon
Yeah,
Flames.
so I have no stress boxes left, by the way.
Okay, so you'll have to take consequences too. Sounds terrifying.
This is going great, team.
We got this.
That brings it to Stoops, is that right? Or did you already go?
I don't.
Forgetting. No, I think you just took him down to past half health, which is why all that just happened, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but I was giving Rosalind. I created the invocation.
Right.
Which I used.
Um,
Yeah.
and that triggered the fire attack.
It shouldn't be so confusing. Yeah, I think you're correct.
Yeah.
So I think it's my turn, because
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Sonari, you cleaved the back of this creature.
yeah.
That's what just happened.
Oh.
So it's Rosalind's turn now. Sorry, everybody.
Yes.
I
Okay.
have one job.
No, I mean it's very confusing. You're fine. So I have a bump, and I have some magic. Can I like take a flower and imbue it into the bomb, so that way when I throw it at it, a bunch of like spiky rose thorns will also come out? Can I enchant my bomb to be magical?
Yeah, you can.
Like
you
an
can.
entangle bomb kind
Yeah, I want to make an entangle bomb.
Ooh.
The great thing is, if you create an advantage, you can keep it vague enough to be whatever you want when you invoke it. So yes, feel free to go ahead and create an advantage. This sounds flashy because it's your magic.
Yeah.
And all right, that will create one free invocation for bomb magic.
Bomb magic, yes.
All right, sounds good. So yes, you kind of imbue it with the power of your fairy magic, tapping into the sources of Faerun that are sadly quite suppressed at this moment. But you do your best in this kind of weird other space that you find yourself in, hiding from the flames. Awesome. That means that MacPan's going to get a turn. MacPan is very straight up, just going to take a big ol' chomp out of you, Sonari, so please defend yourself however you deem appropriate. Alright. So what action did you just take?
A flashy.
Awesome. Another cool flashy dodge using your mighty armor. Oh, so your armor, so a +2 again? Is that right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So 3 we're going against. Alright, you're going to take 2 stress from this. King! As MacPan bites into you. Your armor, unfortunately, only saving you so much this time.
Yes. Ah!
Boy.
Cry out noise.
Alright. That brings it back to... Oh, sorry, that's Tinsel's turn now. Tinsel, who is just prone on the ground,
Oh God.
flesh burning in his armor, just creaks his head up, and he says, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this.
Remember the bee?
And he goes, the bees. And he looks at his hammer, still swirling with bees, and he reaches a trembling, glowing hand out, and he says, I've never been in a guild before. Always it has to be me who follows the Fire Lord's answers. And he creaks, and he gets up, and he says, I always had minions, but now I have friends. Ah! And he throws his mighty bee hammer, and it swirls through the corridor.
If that doesn't hit, I'm gonna cry.
I know, right?
That's a 2.
Oh,
Hold on. Wait.
I am spending a fate point as the GM
Yes.
to use one of his aspects, which you know his aspects at this point, which is basically big bad armor man and very scary hammer are his aspects. So I'm gonna invoke very scary hammer to basically make it just ignite with bees to get a reroll. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk the reroll.
Okay.
No!
Ah!
Tinsel!
no! We all wanted you to work out so badly.
MacPan is not even paying attention to Tinsel at this point, so he's just quickly moving away. And that's a 1. So
Can I do something? Can I
yeah,
use a fate point?
yeah.
I mean, you can say that this doesn't work, but I would like to use Noble Steed as
To
more.
give me something,
To
just
kind
something.
of run
Can
up.
you like catch the axe in your mouth and then swing it? Like
Yes. I will say. Well, so Noble Steed is kind of based on like getting people closer, like to or from opponents. So I will say that I run up and like I grab him by the scruff of the armor, and I just like drag him like a foot to get him closer to the target.
This is utterly absurd, but I will allow it.
It's scraping the bottom of the barrel here, man. He's
You're
so.
grabbing onto flaming armor that weighs 700 times what you
I'm
weigh.
already on fire. Okay.
All right, go for it.
It's,
So you
so-
re-roll or +2.
I will let you decide.
I'm gonna go for a re-roll.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
If this is a 1 or a 0, I am
I will
going
cry.
It's a 2.
Okay,
Back
we're-
to a 2.
So the hammer unfortunately falls short of MacPan,
Ugh.
and it slams into the ground. But then a bunch of bees come up and just start stinging him all over his butt. You just see these red welts appearing on the backside of MacPan, who's just like, ah, not the bees! And MacPan is looking very rough, and with that, Tinsel's like, the bees. And just his helmet slams onto the ground. Okay, that was just utterly bonkers. So I think that's now Stoop's turn.
Okay. Don't know what I'm gonna do, but okay. All right. I have almost no capacity to take any more damage. I have no fate points. You know what? I'm just gonna bite him.
No!
All right.
I'm gonna just come up behind him and I'm gonna bite him.
He will unfortunately forcefully defend this and just take it. So here we go. He gets a 6 against your 0.
Yeah.
You bite on the yellow and you just get no purchase whatsoever.
It's like a squeaky ball or something. It's like, what?
Yeah, exactly. And he's still wearing
Like
this armor.
solid
He's still got
rubber.
these dragon wings that just bap you to one side as well.
Oh.
And now it's MacPan's turn. And MacPan sees a little pathetic dog standing before him.
Mhm.
And MacPan is going to attempt to waka waka you into his gullet.
Okay.
I don't
I'm
like
gonna
this.
roll.
I don't like this.
Gonna roll away. Away. That's a 5.
Whoa, that's really
Woo.
good. And
Nice.
MacPan gets a 6.
No.
Okay, so that would be what, a mild consequence?
Wait,
You
hold
would-
on. I have 1 fate point. Let me figure out how to help.
It would be a mild consequence. It'll be fine.
Are you sure? I don't. Okay, if you're sure, because I don't mind like trying something, because I don't want you to get hurt.
At least it's just 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying. Like, save it for like
A
if we're
bigger
really,
thing.
really hurting.
your mild
you know.
consequence, Stoobs, is basically critically injured. You're just, at the brink at this point.
That's a mild
Okay.
consequence. Damn.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm looking bad.
The reason it's mild consequence is because it's easily remedied in the video game world.
Yeah,
Oh.
just a rest.
All right. So that was the response action. Sonari, back to you again. What would you like to do?
She's going to give a nod to Tinsel. Well done, my friend. And then and take off running towards it and go for another big forceful axe
All
attack.
right. You're gonna try and slam through the dragon wings it has, through the armor it has, and just cleave through the yellow. Go for a forceful attack. It will forcefully defend.
3.
2.
And I'm going to use my fate point to
Okay.
use Rodin's
Oh.
axe one more time.
All
Bad
right.
2.
You grab the axe in your hand. It begins to glow with the power of lightning, the power of a god, surely, and you start sprinting down the corridor. You leapfrog over the charred body of Tinsel. You leapfrog over the critically wounded body of Stoobs, and you leap up into the sky, grabbing your half to 2 hands, and you bring it down with thunder and fury, invoking your god's name as you do so, and you slam into MacPan, and the armor obliterates on it, and you see that
Oh, good.
MacPan it just goes ah, and you just hear no, 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 meow, 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 bloop, bloop, and he disappears.
Metal.
Metal.
And he drops just ting, 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 a key dropped as loot, and some cherries, so many cherries.
Why is there so many?
Is it cherries restore health?
They do.
I'll eat a cherry.
Okay, everybody can get their stress restored by gorging
Oh my
themselves
God.
on the various fruits that were dropped by the terrifying MacPan.
Tsunari crafts some bandages and throws them down for Tinsel.
Tinsel, you kind of like are able to
Holy
get yourself out of
cow.
this. Oh, sorry, no. What am I saying? Yeah, Tinsel just still face down, grabs the bandage and just kind of rubs them on him to like heal himself, and he gets a little bit of health back. And he goes,
Oh man.
"Am I dead? Am I back at the bonfire? What happened?"
No, we
No.
killed it. The bees worked. Good job with the bees. You should definitely become a beekeeper and stop being a bad guy.
Wow. Amazing! We did it! We did it!
She grabs his arm and just hauls him up.
Oh.
He comes up again. He's still a bit warmer to the touch, but not hot anymore. His glowing finally fading from his armor. And he says, "That was a truly incredible battle. Sonari." And he kind of goes down on one's knee, and he says, "I have very little to give, but I want to be a beekeeper, I think. Will you marry me?"
No.
Oh. Is it because of the
She's
spikes?
already married, bro.
No, it's because I'm gay.
Oh, that's
Two.
fair. All right. Well, sorry. Well,
That was awkward.
But you can stay in the guild.
yeah. That'll be nice. That'll be good.
You will be a sister of blood forever.
Haha, yes. That's me. And he picks up his bee hammer, puts it on his shoulder. You just hear the buzzing coming from the end of it. And he says, "This has been a fine fight. But I think the only way off this island is for the gnomes to build a ship, and we need to find the mayor. The mayor is what we need to do."
No, we need to get the island normal.
I don't know how to do that.
Let's
First,
pick up the
we
key.
should find the mayor, and then we can break the keep to get it off of Fairy Place.
Yeah, that sounds
And
smart.
get all of the building components as well.
Stoops, you pick up the key, and you kind of do a half-hearted dance as it kind of floats above your head, and you acquire it. And it doesn't take too long for you kind of stalking through these weird hallways before you find a cage. And in it, there are a few gnomes and, of course, the mayor inside. And you quickly unlock the gate.
What's the cage made of?
It's made of metal. Well, actually, no. It's actually made of just this black material that everything in this area is made of. Just this.
This is a nice cage.
Like, that's not what we should be taking away from this moment, but okay.
And the mayor looks at all of you and says, "Oh, you survived. I didn't think it's possible. That terrifying thing, it took us in the night. It said it was going to devour us."
It took a guild raid.
Okay.
Mm,
Can you get me out of here, please?
yeah.
Drag her out.
All right.
Yeah.
You open the gate, let the prisoners free. The gnomes all, cheer and are very thankful to you. And you begin leaving this dark and dreary castle.
Have
She
you
uses
seen
her
any
axe.
fairies?
The mayor kind of looks at you and goes, "No, nothing. Some
She uses
robotic
her axe
creatures."
to do those completely unrealistic things where you just make a slash and it takes their bonds off.
Yes, of course. Just king. Oh.
It's like, how did that not kill you?
Just an
Oh,
arc
it
of
just-
electricity, but doesn't do anything to anybody. Okay, yeah. So you start departing this place. Do you want to go? Do you want to go back the way you came or down the staircase?
Back down the staircase this time.
Yeah, we'll go down the staircase
Yeah.
this time.
Uh,
What's for the dramatic entrance? Like,
Yes, of course. And a dramatic entrance it was. That incredible bomb. As you go down, the ghosts kind of like slowly get out. You notice they're all kind of like are different primary colors, and they kind of look at you and go, "Did you do it? Did you
Yeah.
defeat?
Wait.
yeah.
We're-
can
we're
you
free.
make
Are the
ghosts
castle
the
go away
fairies?
now?
We're free."
Oh, wait.
No, those are not fairies.
Just saying, like, if the... Oh, wait, this is...
And
okay, never mind.
they look
I
at
get
you.
it
We
now.
have a ritual. We take when people die, we put them in a flower, so a new flower will bloom and there's new life. We don't make people stay around as ugly ghosts. Sorry, ugly ghosts. I'm being mean.
Oh.
I
That
was
was
just
a
wondering if the
beautiful
thing,
idea.
the Amber Menace, the Mac Pan, turned them into this or
You
something.
think he killed all of the fairies and made them into ghosts?
It ate us again and again and again until we had no soul left.
What were you? Were you a fairy or were you something
We
else?
don't remember. Anyway, I don't know how we came here. We've always guarded this place, and now this place is somewhere else. I don't know how it happened.
Okay, so you weren't. Okay.
We just defended this place from those who would loot it, and then Macpan appeared one day and started devouring everything. It was terrible. And then we found ourselves here.
Well, when we fix Feyron, you're welcome to stay. I don't see why we can't have some ghost friends around.
I think there are too many bad memories in this place. That would be nice.
Cool. Let's blow up the castle.
Yes, pickaxe.
Let's do this.
Chiming in once again with the reality check. This is...
Yes.
So if this is in Minecraft, for example, It would take a very, very long time to destroy this place.
But they're just going to go through the bottom layer and break one tile all the way across so that the castle will fall with physics.
Okay, yeah, all right. Still take a long time,
Yeah,
but you know, a
it's
dedicated
like
effort.
those demolition videos where it's like you set the charges
Yeah.
strategically,
Right.
and
right.
then it'll do enough
And I
structural
have,
damage
like-
that it'll bring itself down.
Right, and I have a magic bomb now, so that should help.
Yes, true. Did you want to head back to the outpost first, or are you going to stay here?
No, I think we
Let's
gotta just
break
the
the
castle
castle.
first.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's
Let's-
destroy.
Should we heal up first? Maybe rest a little bit.
No, this castle is gonna die.
Okay, fine. I might have to sit out for this though, cause
Tinsel
I'm
says,
a little
"Yeah,
sore.
I'm good. You want me to take you back, dog, to get some rest?"
Yeah, that
It's
would
all
be
right,
nice.
small child. You and I will break the castle together.
That's right, I'm a grown but I like bombs, so I'm cool with this.
All right. So, as you begin to say your farewells at the entrance to the castle, Tinsel and the prisoners and Stoobs head back to the outpost, while Rosalind and Sonari stay behind.
This doesn't sound good.
And begin going about your demolition work. Stoobs, as you're heading back, the mayor talks to you and says, "Oh, by the way, it took me some getting used to, but I had a lot of time on my hands in the prison," and pulls out this big, beautiful, magical green orb and says, "The air orb."
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I boop it with my paw
As soon
and
as you
put it
tap
in my
it, bloop,
inventory.
it appears in that special section of your inventory that now has 2 elemental orbs of the
quest
7.
items.
Exactly. Yes, you now have it. The mayor, with the schematic for the ship, starts getting all the gnomes gathering the materials needed, starts getting the ship ready to go. You start to feel tremors in the ground, and you assume it's the work of Sonari and Rosalind, but you see that the Maya storm in this place is starting to really wreak havoc. Part of the island is straight up missing, like sort of a cell failed to load, and you recognize that as the beach you actually came from is now just gone, and there's now
Oh,
just
no.
nothingness and then
Oh.
ocean.
It's like an
Um,
unloaded chunk.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
And from your position, Stoobs, you notice that parts of the island flickering, and then another part disappears. Meanwhile, in the castle, you are both going about your demolition work. You're basically just like hammering at the foundations, finding the best place to put this magic bomb of yours, so that you can be rid of this foul construction. Let's see. What should we do for this? Why don't you just go ahead and roll forceful, Rosalind, and we can just give you an automatic +2 from Sonari helping you,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Wonderful. Sounds great.
And I think
So I
So that's
got
a 4.
a 4,
Do you wanna use
and then
bomb magic
I'll
as well.
yeah, the bomb magic, so 6.
Okay, so that's a 6. All right. You kind of find what you think is a good structural point to put this massive bomb that you've covered with fairy magic, and then you light the fuse, and you both start running as fast as you can
Pick
before
her
this
up
entire
and carry
place.
her.
Okay, roll a quickness for me, Sonari, as you try to flee this place before it comes tumbling down on you. Oh no!
Okay, so if I can
Oh.
explain that in a funny way,
Please do.
she turns and starts to run and just stands still for a moment, like can't move. And then suddenly a chat box pops up and shows www.
So
And
Rosalind,
she starts running.
yes. Just a sudden sort of latency lag happened there, and you start running away.
Like where you accidentally hit enter and hold down W instead of
Oh my
going
God.
forward. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, you start running out. The place does explode, and you do, unfortunately, succumb to. You both take 2 points of damage, so nothing too bad, but bits of masonry and
Oh
gothic
no,
spikes
I
fall on you.
have to get a
Mild.
consequence.
Mild consequence.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Singe marks.
Wait, you said when we ate the cherries that
Oh,
it
no, yeah, I'm
removes-
fine then.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you can take
that's
stress.
right.
you can
Never
take stress
mind.
away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
No,
okay,
no
good.
consequence.
Like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of
So
takes
what
a
you're
bit of your health
saying-
away.
So what you're saying is we destroyed the castle and there were no consequences.
Yes!
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
you certainly set off a bomb in the castle, and as you kind of run away, ready to hear the rumbling go, you see that the top section of the castle, kind of bisected with a diagonal, just flickers for a second and then just disappears. and then bits kind of like are floating up and away. Pieces of the Gothic architecture just like turning to pixels and fading into the sky, just going up and up and up, swirling around in a storm. But unfortunately, Rosalind, you notice it's not just the castle, it's the entire island is slowly evaporating before your eyes, as bits of it disappearing, pixel by pixel, leaving no ground left to stand on near the back, and it is slowly coming towards the rest of you, just nothingness.
I wasn't supposed to break it.
And you see a massive red bolt of lightning come down, slams into the island, the Maya Tempest absorbing what is left of this place.
We have to build the boat and go.
But,
I'm sorry, Rosalind, but the place is lost.
but I don't know where anyone is. I don't know where they are. It's
She just carries her and runs off towards the bonfire area.
Okay. All right. Rosalind, you see, as you're running, just the destruction continues cascading down. Places where you grew up, places where you played, all of it slowly just disintegrating and being absorbed into the greater Maya Tempest before you. Uncertain to what the ultimate fate of all of this is. When you return to the outpost, you can see that the gnomes are all in a kind of a red alert moment, desperately trying to get the last of the components in place to set up the ship that everybody's going to go out on. And soon enough, the piles of components suddenly bloop, appear as a massive sailing ship, and they quickly scramble on board and start getting the sails and everything ready to go as more chunks of the island just disappear.
I want to take a flower, so I at least have something of my home before we go.
Okay, you quickly snatch up a flower, add it to your inventory. Before other flowers around you just immediately start to disintegrate. You see that the storm is getting stronger and stronger, smashing lightning down all over the place, reaching out and scarring the very land and air around you, tearing open rift bleeds, and then they close again. Just this undulating power that is enveloping the island, and everything starts to shake, and the entire island slowly just turns up like this and just starts sinking and evaporating away. Do you all leap onto the ship?
Grab the dog, grab the girl under my arms, and just leap onto the ship with them.
Okay. The entire party, now safely on the ship, quickly tries to go as fast as they can away from this massive destruction happening behind you. And in those kind of final moments, there is a threat of this sort of static energy, like reaching out and almost reaching and grabbing at the rest of you. Just this energy coming and getting very close to you. And then a rift bleed opens up. And from within, Sonari, you hear a familiar voice of Zenraya, and she is mounted on the back of a robotic dinosaur. And she calls out to you, Sonari! Sonari! Over here! I found you!
Senraya, my love.
And she says, you won't believe the things I've seen, the places I've gone!
You have a mount.
Yeah.
I didn't know that update was out yet.
This came from somewhere else.
She starts to run towards it and then pauses and glances back at Rosalind, looking like sad like she is. She pulls out from her inventory a handful of seeds and extends them to you because she was gathering them earlier.
Thank you. Thank you so much. At least I have this now. Thank you.
You're welcome, small child. I must go and be with my love. Farewell, small child. Farewell, dog. Or she said, small beastie. Farewell, Tinsel.
It was
I will
wonderful
not-
meeting you.
You will always be sisters of blood in my eyes. And she turns and goes and grabs Senraya's hand and pulls herself into the portal and pulls herself up onto the dinosaur and wraps her arms around her lovingly.
The dinosaur rears its head back and a gout of flame appears, and
Metal!
Zenraya says, I have so many things to show you, let's go. And you leap back through the portal and the rift bleed sews itself back up again, and Sonari is gone from the realms of Phantasria. As the ship courses through the ocean, trying desperately to get away from this terrible instability of the Maya Tempest, you manage to outrun any lasting damage, but you do see that where Faerun once lied, there is now nothing. But the massive maelstrom that you see on the horizon seems to pause for a second and just grow a tiny bit. But you are far away from its influence right now. And when you keep kind of going on your course, the clouds part, you are back on smooth, open oceans again, and the gnomes all kind of sigh a collective sigh of relief, and just take a moment to decompress after everything that just happened.
I would like to snuggle Rosalind.
Tinsel kind of comes up to you, and he sort of puts a finger up as though to say something, then doesn't really know what to say, and he says, "I am very sorry for what you have lost, Rosalind. I trust it's very hard, and I'm very sorry. I ended up putting some points in empathy."
You've done really well. I don't know where my family is, and I don't know if they're okay. But I have you guys, and we're okay. And we're gonna be okay.
Then you all suddenly hear, "Pirates! The dreadship! The dreadship is back! No!"
Damn it!
And emerging from a magical dark cloud that immediately appears, you see the dreadful visage of the dreadship emerging from the waters once again beelining straight towards you. This time the mayor pulls up a spyglass, looks at it, and goes, "I don't understand. The Lightsword heroes got rid of it. How can it be?" Rosalind? Can you explain this to me, please?
No
And
McFucking way.
she hands you the spyglass.
I look.
You look at the deck of the dreadship, and you see that it is crewed by these creatures all wearing dark clothes, and they have, sinister punk spikes on these clothes as well. They've got expensive-looking jewelry on as well. Dark, very heavy makeup, very gothic and punkish in look. And you recognize that the new pirates of the dreadship are none other than the fairies of Faerun. And that is where we will end tonight's session, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you all had fun. Big shout out to Shay Foxy for joining us. It was an absolute pleasure having Sonari on the show. Thank
Sonari
you.
was so good. Oh my
So
god, I
good.
loved it so much.
This was wonderful. I've had so much fun.
Oh, I'm
Gosh.
glad. I'm glad. Excellent. Well, we have a few things to go over first. Our music is supplied by roll music from the album The Black Dot, Visiga from the album Song from an Unmade World and Songs from an Unmade World 2, and Eric Skiff from the album Resistor Anthems. That is all from the Free Music Archive under the license CCBY. So thank you them for all the cool tunes that get to be accompanying our adventures here. Any other things people would like to say before we depart for the evening?
I'm Shay Foxy. You can find me at Twitch, Shay Foxy, at DeviantArt, Shay Foxy, at Twitter, Shay Foxy. I'm an author and illustrator, and I do RPG games on my channel, as well as art and sometimes Twitch sings. So if you guys want to check me out there, that'd be great. And I really hope to get to play with you guys again, because you guys have been amazing.
Absolutely.
This has
Oh,
been
it was
wonderful.
It was
so much
wonderful
fun.
having
That's
you.
So cool.
Thank you.
Yes.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Anything else?
If I'll save my usual spiel for the end if other people want to go.
I don't have anything to plug. I'm ready for the Katie spiel.
Okay, so as you guys know, libraries are super important, especially now with everything that is happening. We provide a whole bunch of resources to our communities, both for students and those out of school. So please, if you are able, support your local libraries. Use the resources; they're there for you. We really try to tailor what we offer to everyone's needs. So, engage with the community. Let us know how we're doing. Volunteer your time if you're able. It's not necessarily super safe right now to volunteer in person, but if your libraries have digital programs, maybe you can help out with those. So respect the institution, respect your fellow patrons, respect the staff. Also, we are almost up to November, so register to vote. This is super important. With everything that's happening, most people are going to be voting by mail, probably. So just be aware of the what's required for that within your state, county, whatever you need to do. Also, libraries can help with that and with any questions that you have about the census and how to get paperwork and everything like that. Also, now is a great time to support the arts. A lot of artists are struggling. We don't necessarily have the income that we usually do. So if you are able to support visual arts, music, theater, dance, whatever you can, tune into their programs, interact with them on the internet, whatever you can do is great. One of the things that caught my attention this week was that actually Baby Beluga, the song by Rafi, I think his name is, but he gave us other such hits as the Banana Phone song, which most of you probably know, actually turned 40 years old. So he did a collaboration with Yo-Yo Ma, and it's a nice little video. So, that's something that you can see. Also, Yo-Yo Ma is also doing like a lot of stuff as well. So there's a whole bunch of musicians who are doing things like that. So you just need to look at their social media, and, any views are good views. So thank you. Have a wonderful week.
Yes, absolutely. Any last final words before we depart? All right.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you, Shay Foxy. Absolutely wonderful time. We will see you all next week for the next exciting episode of Awakened Pixels. Don't miss it, because they're gonna see there are gonna be some pirate fairies or something. All right.
Pirate punk fairies.
Hell yes.
God, Rosalind's whole aesthetic is now ruined. She's gonna be the outcast of the family.
All right. We will see you then. Good night, everybody. Farewell.